Hey, chat, what's going on? Let's see. Oh, how are you? Hello. How we doing? Hello. G'day. Oh, fuck, this is an ambitious song. Alright. Let's pull it back down a bit. That's even more ambitious. Yeah, I reckon that's better. Here we go. There we go. Good seeing you all. Welcome in. Alright, hey everybody. Good seeing you all. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Wow, thumbs up for Pez. Let's hear it for me. Let's hear it for me. Wow, all around Pez. Wow, what a great guy. What a hoot of a guy, right? All right, Chan. I've had a busy weekend. I have not been on my phone. Oh, that's a lie. I've been on my phone, but I have not looked at anything. My Discord DMs are like in the hundreds, so which is fun. Normally, I try my best. I'm not DMs are notifications. I'm trying to like completely switch off this weekend. We gutted our garage and we've just been working on that. I just spent so much money on shelving. And bought a new tool bench. We've been saving it up for a while, so I've kind of like got the whole garage kitted out now and finally got like a big proper tool case and whatnot. I had like, when I was a Sparky, I used to have this like, it was like a 10 drawer like case that I would have, but I ended up like, it's just old. I've had it for like 15 years, so I ended up getting a new one. No tools though. I've got heaps of tools. Shit, I got more tools than I probably need. I had like, it was at one point, I reckon I had like close to $20,000 worth of tools. I've gotten rid of some of it, but I've got a lot of fucking tools. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice. What do you normally tinker on? The floor. Well, the thing is, since we had the kids, I haven't really been tinkering. But as of late, I've been starting to do a lot more shit with my hands and whatnot. So, and I wanted to kind of like fill out the garage a little bit more. But over the years, I just accumulated so much stuff. Like 10 years of being an electrician, you collect a lot of shit. There's at least 20K's worth of tools in chat. Oh, there we go. I continue to buy tools for some reason. Yeah, yeah, I do. You never know. You buy, like, oh, I got to do this thing that I know I could, like, buy the thing I need for, like, $20, but if I buy a $100 tool, I can make it anytime I want. But then you never, you know. Where is the sub goal for Pez to play Final Fantasy II again? It's got to be, okay, if you want me to play Final Fantasy II again, it's a one-off $500 subs. In one sitting, I'll play Final Fantasy II again. And not only that, I'll beat it in one sitting. 500 subs. 500 subs. I said $500. Oh my god, could you imagine? I mean, $500 for... Oh, that still wouldn't work out. No, that wouldn't work out. We have a palm sander that's used only for when we patch holes in the walls. And how often do you make holes in the wall? I got all the tools and need, like I could rip a wall down and put it back up within the hour, you know. G'day, Pez came from Sebi Web's stream. Oh, cool, Sebi's streaming. What's Sebi streaming right now? He's is Sebi still playing oh, where's me mug? Sorry, chat. I haven't got my mug out. I feel like an idiot. What's Sebi playing? He's playing Devil May Cry, right? Or has he finished Devil May Cry? Way too often, to be honest. I think like growing up, like being in rentals, I just kind of learned how to patch holes in walls, or like even make a dent in the wall or something like that. Or if you want to hang something up, you take it down. You know, my father was a painter. I was an electrician, but my brother's a builder. My brother-in-law is a builder, I should say. You know, we got enough trades in our family to like honestly build a house from scratch. Sebi's playing Final Fantasy II. He is not. Is he playing Final Fantasy II right now? Let me have a look. Let's have a look. What's he doing? Where is he?
Traveler, Bravely Default, Dragon Quest, or even knows what they are.
What are you doing?
They're just, you know, the only thing that's going to get like a ball and gun gamer or a normal gamer's attention is something like FF15 or 16 or 7 Remake. But the problem is they just don't compare to games that actually, like, after playing Devil May Cry 5, you can't play 16. It's just a joke, you know.
You're still going on about it.
They sell well.
I'm gonna say, why are you hurting yourself
16,
by playing this?
Not Rebirth. Oh, you're talking about. No.
I just sent a message
talking about
in
like
chat.
Octopath and stuff. Yeah, no. Dragon Quest and Octopath sell well because they know what they are. Like, yes, they only appeal to the modern FF.
I love
fandom,
Sebi, but does he talk about anything
not,
else other than game sales?
They're not. Let me put it this way: there's no Octopath May Cry. There's no Bravely May Cry. Okay, there's no.
Yeah, there is. It's called
Quest,
Adventures
Devil
of
May
Elliot.
Dragon Quest. Like, you know what I mean? They know what the fuck they are. That's why, even though they're more niche, I
want to hear what he says.
They're more specific in their vision. Pez, why am I playing this? Because I was too happy, alright? Because I was enjoying life too much, and I thought I'd solve that problem by playing Final Fantasy II. No, I'm actually enjoying streaming this, guys. Also, follow my man Pez. Pez is a bloody legend. He knows this shit very well when it comes to the classic Final Fantasies, and just in general about it. And he knows, he thinks FF2 is complete dog shit. I'll tell you what, it's very cozy and it's fun to stream.
He thinks.
The characters are kind of whatever so far. But the way I solve the gameplay issue is by going into boost right here, turning off encounters, or when I do have a fight, doing 4 times boost, 4 times attribute boost, 4 times everything. See, I made it playable. I made FF2 good. Edward Hulse, thank you for the $6.70. Congratulations on being.
There we go. So he's not really. So he's not playing Final. Fucking Sebi. He's, by the way, chat. Everything I'm about to say, I want you all to know that me and Sebi are really good friends. All right, me and Sebi are really good friends. All right, but he's not playing Final Fantasy 2. He's fucking cheating. All right, he's turning off everything that makes Final Fantasy 2 what Final Fantasy 2 is, and Final Fantasy 2 is an absolute piece of shit game. I do agree with Sebi as a fan. Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry was such a better game than 16. Yeah, I think he's an important argument, right? Your opinions don't carry over to someone else, okay? Like I said, Sebi has a lot of opinions on stuff, and I believe him. I believe everything he says from his point of view. You know, there's things that he says that I also don't agree with. But from my own point of view. So, it's... Honestly, like... I don't think there's any harm in what he says or does. Honestly, I respect the dude for being so strong on his opinions and values. Like, so you should be. You know, as I think if anybody takes it too far, you aren't listening to what he's saying. Oh, shit!
That's such a tease.
Cape coming in with a bloody Prime sub. Thank you so much, chat. Let's get some love for Cape. 500 subs... Cape, and I'll go back to sadly one Prime ain't gonna cut it. Hey, look, so honestly, you can be. There's a lot of things my wife says where I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? You don't know what you're talking about. I'll tell you this, chat. I can still disagree with my wife, and I fucking love her to death. You know. So yeah, look, Sevi's got some strong opinions and stuff, and I respect his opinions and stuff. I don't agree with all of them, but in the same sense, it's like, man, like. At the end of the day, it's just a video game. If he feels strongly about something, so he fucking should. I actually love that there's people out there that feel so strongly about stuff like the way he does. So yeah, I can disagree with people and still be their friend. You know, I think a lot of wars in this world would probably not happen if there's obviously more to it, but I feel like a lot of conflicts in this world would be pulled back if people just realize like, oh, do you know what? You have a different opinion, and you know what? But you got good taste in music, or you got good taste in video games, or you got good taste in clothing. I don't think there's anybody that has an opinion about something that makes me hate them, all right? Because I guarantee they're like, oh man, I fucking hate Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy sucks. Final Fantasy's for losers. Then they go, oh, I really love My Chemical Romance. You're like, oh, fucking say less. My Chemical Romance slaps. I can look past you not liking Final Fantasy 2, but I mean, I can look past all this because you like My Chemical Romance. Just different opinions, alright? Another thing too is like people that bite the bait. I guess he could be baiting in a way. I don't know. I don't want to say that he's is or isn't. But if people are taking the bait, well, they're taking the bait, and it's obviously working in his favor. Anyway, how are we all doing, chat? You ready to play some Final Fantasy 3? And also, thank you for all the questions, chat. I'm swimming in questions at the moment. I was gonna once again, I was going to do what do you call it? I was going to do, what's the word? What's that? There's a thing. What's it called? For Sunday confessions. But I literally just sat down. My weekends have just been filled with like working, working around the house and spend time with the family. But yeah, but I'm planning for my Japan trip, so I'm very excited about that. I'm actually like beyond excited. Yeah, I understand if people prefer 16, it's a different story. I really like the vibes. I really like the beginning of 16. Also, Clive is one of my favorites to protect. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I like Devil May Cry more than 16, is that I've grown up with the story of Devil May Cry. I first played Devil May Cry when it was on the PlayStation 2, and I only played Final Fantasy 16, the story of Final Fantasy 16, the world of Final Fantasy 16, fucking like 2-3 years ago. I've grown up seeing the journey of Devil May Cry. If he ever did that Unileska cosplay, oh, could you imagine? No, it was a shoe puff cosplay. But yeah, but no, it's honestly, I don't like anything anybody says can get to me. Like someone kept linking me. There's this one dude who does. Like, people keep fucking, like, resharing it with me, going, oh, this dude's copying your content. Like, he answers Final Fantasy questions. And then he, like, says... It's nearly like he's mirroring my content and, like, disagreeing with me, but without actually saying my name. So I don't give a shit. Good on him. Honestly, if it brings more eyes to Final Fantasy content, good on him. I just don't care. There's literally no argument on the online that it will ever ruffle my feathers. I don't give a shit. I just want to... Do you know other chat? I'm just fucking... pour myself a Jack and Coke, chill back, and just fucking hang out with people and just chat about Final Fantasy. You know why? Because Final Fantasy's fucking awesome. Are we playing Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings? How fucking dare you say that? What you just said right now pisses me off. Just pisses me the fuck off. No, yeah, we will be playing Revenant Wings. It is, you can actually see it. Where is it? Yeah, it's right after, we're going to play it right after Final Fantasy 12. So it's going to be after 12 and before Tactics. So we're going to be doing an IVALICE collection. So you sound like a grown-up. That'd be it'd be crazy. It's almost as if I'm 38. Fuck, I can't believe I'm 40 soon. Man, fuck, life's over. Life's over. I remember when I was 18 and I went out to the club and this 22-year-old girl hit on me. And I was like, hey, what's up? She's like, what's up? I was like, oh, how old are you? And she's like, oh, 22. And I was 18. I was like, oh, God, you're old. Like, oh, gee. It's like, sorry. Sorry. You're a little too old for my liking. Oh my God, she'd be 42 right now. But I think like through the night I realized what I was saying. I was like, oh, actually, that's a little ignorant. She's not that old. You're only as old as you feel. I feel fucking old. I'll tell you, after today, moving that garage around and building I had to build these aren't just like little cheap shitty Bunnings ones. I've been saving up a lot of fucking like little coins here and there. I built fitted out the whole garage of all these new massive fucking like powder coated shells and these big big thick fucking things. And my new bench. I'm so happy with my bench. Only thing I haven't got is a vice grip. I want to go buy a vice grip. Pez is a gentleman. Miladies. Do you know this is how much of a gentleman I am? I put out that Necron video. I've only just realized Necron has boobs. I thought Necron was like, he just had a really big chest. But no, he's got big old tig bitties. What's the name of the old guy in Final Fantasy IX who likes to build airships and drink coffee? I actually don't know. I don't know his name, but he's probably only 35. Did you know that Sid in Final Fantasy IX is only 35 years old? You know that old man with the grey hair and the mustache? He was like into an oglob and he went from an oglob to a human again. Yeah, he's 35. Go look it up online. He's 35 years old. Do you know how fucking annoying that is? You know how annoying that is? How much this... Even as a bug, he was accomplishing more shit in life. Well, to be fair, like, he was a piece of shit to his wife. And he didn't have any kids. But I'm awesome to my wife and I have kids, so... But then again, I am older than that guy. Same stuff. Yeah, Oren's supposed to... Oren, you look at Oren. Oren looks like he should be like late 40s. Or, you know, if you tell me Oren was 50, I'd believe it. Sid Highwind's like 35. Rough 30s. Some Final Fantasy games and anime really do people their 30s dirty. I know, right? I know. Square Enix Tactic Ogre Reborn. Yeah, right. Things have changed, honestly. Things have changed. It's like, you know, it's good to see. Like, I feel like a lot lately. I don't know. Things have changed. Things have changed. But when you're 30, I don't know. It's just like, I thought I was 50. No sunscreen, no Botox, stressed as hell. I know. There's just things. There's things that just like nobody smokes cigarettes anymore. Like, I find it weird. When I used to smoke cigarettes quite a lot, but no one smokes cigarettes anymore. Even Sid Highwind doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. You know, I mean, nobody watches porn anymore. You know, well, not in Australia because I can't figure out how to fucking do it. Like, I can't figure out where. I just don't. I'm not putting my bank details in. I mean, my personal details in. I don't know how people watch porn in these days. If you guys know, just let me know. Damn it, the spider I saw while gardening is in my fucking house. Yeah, that's crazy. But if you do know how to find it, actually, hit links in the chat. Dude, no, don't do it. It was a joke. Dude, I hate the new registrations of, yeah. That's why Sid looks so much healthier in Rebirth. I know, right? Oh, dude. No, was it? Someone was. I didn't even. Here's the thing. I didn't even realize there was a ban. I didn't realize it was a ban until the other day. I saw this dude putting a video up there going, "It's in Australia. Things have changed in Australia. You can't do this anymore." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's the thing." Apparently, the websites are blocked. Sid doesn't smoke and is respectful to his wife now. Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with the relationship with Sheila. Yeah, I wonder what the relationship with Sheila is going to be like. We get paid, yeah. What was it? You posted 2 links in Discord. Let's have a look. What's in the band in Discord? I'm not seeing it.
Oh. That's such a tease.
Hey, neurotic Warlock. Thank you so much. Chat, let's get some love for neurotic Warlock. Thank you. Welcome in. Oh, it's Brox. Hey, Brox, what's going on, dude? Good seeing you. How are you, mate? Have you been well? We can't get casinos in GTA Online, yeah. No, it's with things in Australia like adult sites have been like limited. But yeah, neurotic. We've gone from neurotic giving a Twitch sub to us talking about we can't access porn in Australia. Now you can't access adult sites. You can't. What was it? You can't do casino. Like you get in Grand Theft Auto, you could walk into the like 7-Eleven or 24/7 in their store, rob or shoot the shopkeeper, but you can't have a slap on the pokies. Like that's crazy. That is actually crazy. Wondering if you're playing all Theorhythm, Crystal Chronicles of Dissidia, or just one game. I'll be playing one of each. So I'll pick one of the series, and I'll probably play the most recent Theorhythm. Crystal Chronicles, I thought I picked one, can't remember. And Dissidia is going to be the one with the PSP version that added Lightning, Tifa, Laguna, and Yuna. Go get the magazines and HSCs. Like, oh, you're talking about forest porn. Remember forest porn? Did anybody here ever come across forest porn? I know at least I've heard people talk about it. I'm like, oh yeah, forest porn. Forest porn. Oh, what now? Wait, you guys don't know? It's okay. All right, you guys banging no forest porn. It's like you just go out in the woods and all. Like it's just that you're hanging out with your mates, and all of a sudden you come across like, oh, yeah, you've heard of it. Yeah, there you go. Forest porn. No, it's just like you go across and all of a sudden there's just like porn there. Like someone's just like dropped a box full of porn. It's like they haven't thrown it in the bin. They've just abandoned it in the woods and they just like leave it there. It's just like a bunch of magazines or bloody VHS or Blu-rays. Not Blu-rays. No one's doing porn on Blu-ray. What was it? Secret stash in the wood. Yeah. That's a common thing. You don't know. That's crazy. Yeah, that's common. I found it twice when I was younger. I found it twice. I remember the first time I walked up it while I was with my mate. He was a little bit older than me. I walked up and I was like, what's that? And he goes, oh, don't touch that. He goes, don't touch it. He goes, just get a stick. And we got a stick and he's like, knocked it over. He's like, oh, yeah, there it is. Forest porn. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, forest porn. It's just like porn that people just leave in the woods. You're like, oh, okay. And then, whatever. And then it was like maybe like a year or two later, I want to say. I was the one where I was with friends and someone walked over and he went to go he saw this like cardboard box, he went to boot it. I was like, whoa. He said, carefully hurt yourself. He's like, what? He goes, there's probably like heaps of books in there. And he's like, what do you mean? He looked over and he goes, oh, no way. And it was, in Australia, we have, I think it was called People or Picture. It was Picture Mag or People Mag. And it was just like, yeah, it was like, yeah, one of those, but the thing is, yeah, forest porn. Yeah. You guys are just, you guys aren't living. You guys don't go out and touch grass, all right? That's, it was before the internet. You had to find out porn, we had to go out and hunt for it in the woods. That ain't living, Josh. That is BCF ads. Oh, that ain't living, Josh. Anyway, how else are we doing? Anybody got any questions that isn't forest porn related? I used to find in magazines, Phone in the Bin, back in the day. What was this one job I worked at? This dude, oh shit.
That's such a tease.
Archer coming in with 37 months. Chat, let's get some love for Archer. Thank you so much. Chat, we're, what are we at? We're at 33 subs away today from getting to unlocking a Final Fantasy V Job Fiesta. 4 Job Fiesta. Final Fantasy V 4 Job Fiesta. You gotta catch them all. Yeah. People Mag was in the forest. Yeah. People Mag was forest soft porn, yeah. But I used to collect Zoo Mag. Okay, now if you don't, okay, that sounds wrong. There was a magazine in Australia called Zoo, which was more like kind of like a, what would you describe Zoo Mag as? And it didn't have animals in it. It didn't have animals there. I just want to point that out. Yeah, Peaches, People, and Zoo. Zoo was just like, it was like a,
check it out. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Batty coming in with a 3-bomb. Yeah, it was just like lingerie models and stuff, but it also had like interviews with sports stars. It had like what video games were coming out. It was just like a magazine for just what was going on. But it also every now and then it would just have like any Big Brother contestants that were hot. They'd have them in there. There was like, I think even Nikki Webster, the girl who did like Strawberry Kisses, I think she did it one year too. Like a lot of people, a lot of female, like I guess actors or models or influencers used to be in it. I used to collect it, not because I would always, when I'd work because I used to work night shift every Thursday, I'd go buy it was like a dude's mag. Yeah, I'd go buy that. Or my wife would, if I couldn't get it, my wife would always go and buy it for me. I'd read it from back front. Sports Illustrated. It was mainly like, I would say it was like 25% pictures, like just lingerie stuff. 50% sports. 10% comedy, and the rest video game or movies and shit. I did not see, did the 9 Excalibur run get unlocked? We're going to move that to further down. We're shifting it to Just because Final Fantasy V's coming up and I want to do the 4-job Fiesta, I moved that sub-goal to there. So, yeah. Well, by the way, chat, we are at a level 2 hype train. Wow, isn't it crazy? Do you know, we are currently at, what are we at? We are, wow, would you believe this? We are only 77. 77 subs away from 600. Isn't that crazy? Wow, that's crazy. 77. You wouldn't read about it. How'd you find Final Fantasy 2? On Steam. It's under the F section. Yeah, just under the F section. But yeah. Alright, well I feel like we've I feel like we've talked quite a lot today about stuff that's not Final Fantasy related. That's like you're saying you bought Playboy for the articles. There were some good articles in there. I don't know, here's the thing, I just never looked at like that stuff. You know? I don't know. I don't know. I just never looked at that sort of stuff. Dear Pairs, what's your favorite summon? I've already done a video on this. But what's your favorite summon? It's definitely it's Ifrit. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We got to get some questions in today. Let's get some questions in today. We have a question in. Dear Pez, what's your favorite summon? Wow, do you know, that's a really good question. That's a stellar of a question. Probably one of the best yet. I'd have to say Ifrit. Ifrit, hands down, is one of my favorite summons of all time. I think, across the board, there's never been a shit version of Ifrit. I'm actually not the biggest fan of Ifrit in Final Fantasy XVI, though. He looks way too much like Godzilla. Like, if you got this powerful being who's like the embodiment of fire and, can go against some of the strongest beings in existence, but he can't turn his head. Like, have a look at Ifrit. It looks like he hasn't got any neck. He's got no neck. You got to be able to turn your head, But I reckon like Final Fantasy VIII is probably my favorite Ifrit, but then it's got to go to like Final Fantasy X shortly after that. But I do like in Final Fantasy 15 that Ifrit got a lot of spotlight in that as well, especially being on the other side. I think it's the only time in a Final Fantasy game where Ifrit isn't usable or he's not on your side, which I thought's really cool, We're actually, Ifrit is the reason why a lot of this bad shit is going on. Like, yeah, man, Final Fantasy 15 gets a lot of hate for its story and gameplay and whatnot, but after the Windows edition, really loved it. But yeah, now hands down Ifrit. Ifrit's probably my favorite summon. What about you guys? Do you guys have a favorite? Alexander, you like Alexander's your favorite? I like Alexander, but it just doesn't... It's just weird. Alexander's a weird one. It's nearly like an alien castle that's... It is... If an alien wanted to make a moving castle, that's what it would look like. I don't know. It's really hard. Okay. We got a question in. Which Final Fantasy do you think has the best blue magic, including enemy skill materia? Wow, do you know, that's a... Wait, actually, let me read it. We have a question in. Which Final Fantasy do you think has the best blue magic, including enemy skill materia? That's a weird question mark at the end there. That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Honestly, one of the best yet based on blue magic. I think the best blue magic wielder on the best use of blue magic has to go to Quina in Final Fantasy IX, all right? Okay, Quina gets a lot of flack, all right? Everybody looks at Quina, it's like, oh, you look like, if bloody... you look like if... What's it called? What's it? Blah. What's the word I'm looking for? You look like... Everybody thinks Quina looks like a cross between Mrs. Doubtfire and Olaf from bloody Frozen, okay? But Quina, honestly, powerful. A powerful beast. And I like the idea of blue magic being consumed and then being like I love the idea that Quina eats them. She weakens them down to the point where they're like, oh, I can't fight anymore. She's like, well, I'm gonna fucking eat you and learn your shit and consume your life. And then she does that. I love that. I love that. That's what a blue mage should be. And I think probably one of the best blue magic probably has to be White Wind. I like White Wind. I like the idea of being able to heal the party for the magic for the HP you already have. I like that idea. That's a cool one. But yeah. That's a good question. That's definitely getting made into a video. We have a question in. What Final Fantasy would you suggest for someone who doesn't have a history of gaming in general? Wow, do you know what? That's a really good question. For someone who, like, if you've never played a video game before and you came at me with that question, like you just had, I would honestly say this is probably one of the best yet. The best Final Fantasy to go to if you've never played a video game at all, that's actually a really tricky question. Oh, fuck. Now, I might get a lot of hate for this, and honestly, I don't care, because, you know, honestly, what are you going to do? I could fucking throw hands with the best of you, alright? Come on, let's fucking... Like, I can throw hands with... Like, honestly, I don't give a shit. I can throw hands with the best of you, alright? So let's fucking throw down, okay? But I would have to say... Now, like I said, alright. I'd have to say it'd either be Final Fantasy VII Remake or Final Fantasy 16, okay? Because, here's the thing, alright? If you've never played a video game before and you jump in to the turn-based genre, I'm not sure how you're going to feel about video games, okay? Because I guess, like, on the outside, and this is really hard for me to kind of... This is probably not the best question for me answering, because, to be honest, like, I don't know how it would look on the outside of someone who's never played a Final Fantasy before looking at a turn-based RPG. You know, I think when people think of, like, video games, by default, they must think of, like, Call of Duty, Mario, Halo, you know, World of War, you know, like, all the, like, I guess, generic video games, or Grand Theft Auto. I guess they would think of, like, Grand Theft Auto, Halo, Call of Duty, you know, Mario, you know. They know the name Final Fantasy, but they wouldn't exactly jump into it. But I would have to say the most user-friendly ones probably would be Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth, and Final Fantasy 16. I think they're definitely created to cater for a wider audience than the core Final Fantasy audience, I feel. So that's what I would suggest, you know. Do I think they're the best? Oh, God, no. Not by a long shot. Do I like them? Very much so. I do very much like them. But if I was like, hey, if you trust this figure on your screen that's wearing a traffic cone on his head and wearing a cup that says #1 Final Fantasy fan back to front, I would say Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics is hands down the best. All right, but you decide. You're an individual. You decide. That's a really good question, by the way. Thank you for that one. Is there a what is it? Is there a Final Fantasy side character you believe deserves their own game? Ooh. Is there a we have a question in. Is there a Final Fantasy character who you believe deserves their own game? Wow, do you know, that's a really good question. And I've actually got the bloody struggle with that. Do you know, that's a very good question. And honestly, I've got the perfect answer for that, making this one of the best questions ever. I would have to say Vincent. I reckon Vincent in Final Fantasy VII. I believe he should get his own game. We don't really get to see much of Vincent. You know, you can get Vincent right near the end of the game, and you're like, wow, who's this mysterious character with no background? I really wish they would, like, just give Vincent the chance to, like, really just come into his own and give him his own game. You know, like, I feel like he's got just so much going on. It'd be just like just a dirge on society if he just was able to, like, kind of show that, like, whole Cerberus outlook he's got on life. You know, I feel like we could really see Vincent getting his own game, or remake the one that already exists. You know, because it's not fucking accessible anymore. Chat, if you don't realize, like, literally down there is a Dirge of Cerberus right below me. Here we go. What's this one? This one looks like there's a lot of words to it. All right. We got a question in. Pez, which Final Fantasy character do you think would enjoy playing Final Fantasy games the most if they would in our world? Wow, do you know what? Wait, games the most if they were in our... Okay, let me read that again. Pez, which... Actually, let me change the music background on this one. It's a bit... Alright, Pez, which Final Fantasy character do you think would enjoy playing Final Fantasy games the most if they were in our world? Wow, do you know it's a really good question? That's a really good question. I do enjoy video games, and I feel like there are some characters in Final Fantasy that are quite tech savvy, and so I think this is a very good question. Honestly, very creative, possibly one of the best questions I've ever got to answer. I think this is an easy one. I think we can all agree. It would have to be Selphie from Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, so here's the thing, all right? She showed up to the Balam Garden, and she didn't really have many friends, you know, but she was pretty happy-go-lucky. But she was also on the festival committee, so you know she had little hobbies here and there. But I feel like Selphie, right, would just really enjoy video games. Okay, like I feel like she would enjoy playing Final Fantasy VIII. I feel like sitting beside Selphie while she's like, could you imagine Selphie playing Final Fantasy VIII? And she'd be like, oh my god, this is crazy. And she likes fucking trains. I mean, she doesn't like to fuck trains. I'm saying she just fucking genuinely loves trains. Like, who doesn't love trains, you know, in general? Like, if someone who really enjoys trains, imagine them playing a fucking video game. Honestly, I really think Selphie would be fun to play a video game with. Honestly, I reckon she'd be great. But what do you guys reckon? Who out of the whole Final Fantasy cast do you think would be really good at playing Final Fantasy games? Or just games in general? I really like that one. She'd have a ball of Final Fantasy VI, yeah. They should call the game Dirge of Cerberus. Hey Pez, which Bahamut looks the coolest? That's a cool one. We have a question in. Hey Pez, which Bahamut looks the coolest? Wow, you know, this is a really good question. Bahamut's quite a powerful character, you know. So, and I always like these kind of questions that come in about Bahamut. This is probably one of the best ones yet. I'll tell you who doesn't look cool to start off with, and I think this is, I feel like nobody talks about this enough. I genuinely think Bahamut in Final Fantasy X looks dumb. All right, I just want to put it out there. I think he looks dumb. Okay, there's nothing intimidating about him. He looks like he's got like a sore back the way he stands. You know, like when you see those people take photos back in like the 60s or whatever, and they like suck their gut in and stick their chest out, and they're like, but then when they take the photo, then all of a sudden their gut just hangs out. Well, that's what that Bahamut looks like. He's just sucking his gut in and puffing his chest out to take a photo. But I think cool factor wise, it's got to go to Bahamut in Final Fantasy VIII. Honestly, he looks cool as shit. Everything about him just looks like he knows how to take a sausage. I said everything about Bahamut in Final Fantasy VIII looks like he knows how to cook a sausage. That is a badass looking Bahamut. I do got to say, I reckon that every summon in Final Fantasy VIII looks better than any other summon out there. Final Fantasy VIII knows how to make summons. I know, I just don't like Bahamut in Final. I don't know, the wings just throw me off. They just look, I don't know, like, here's the thing, this is where it's like a double-sided coin. I think the lore and the reasoning behind why Bahamut looks that way is cool as shit. It is cool as shit, and when I get into our PowerPoint presentation, wait until I show you why Bahamut looks that way. But I think he looks fucking dumb. But lore-wise, it's cool. Who would win in a street fight? Tifa or Zeely? I don't know who Zeely is. Who's Zeely? Is that a Street Fighter character? I don't really know any of the new Street Fighter characters. When I think of Street Fighter, I think of like... I think about... Who would I think about? I think like obviously Ryu, Ken, Blanca, Guile. Yeah, I don't really know that many Street Fighter characters. Wait, there was a few questions I missed before. Trying to get. So I'm just scrolling back to catch up with them. Hey, Pez, played any absolute... No, that's it. You know, I don't think this is meant to be a question, but I'm gonna talk about it. We have a question in on TikTok. Hey, Pez, played any absolute interesting games lately? Wow, do you know what I have? I like when people ask me if I played interesting games lately. These are honestly some of the best questions yet. I'll just start off by saying, like, we are currently playing Final Fantasy... I will start off by saying that we are currently doing the Final Fantasy Marathon, and we just played Final Fantasy II, and that is definitely not on the interesting game list. Matter of fact, it's on the... Honestly, it'd probably be as fun as a colonoscopy. But as far as interesting games go, I have started playing... I probably should. I'm going to turn this to video, because I'm totally using I'm using this for a Nintendo video right now, okay? Alright, let me get... okay, let me try it again. So we have been doing the Final Fantasy Marathon at the moment, and we just finished Final Fantasy II, and that is not interesting. Matter of fact, I would recommend not to play it. But I have been playing Xenoblade Chronicles on the Nintendo Switch 2. So thank you, Nintendo, for sending me the Switch 2. They actually gifted me a Switch 2, and they sent me a code for Xenoblade Chronicles. And I've been playing it for an hour a night. Every time I finish stream or go to bed, I've been playing it. That game is so effing fun. It is so fun. I cannot stress how much fun I'm having with it. The story about it, right, without spoiling it, because this is like literally the start of it, without spoiling too much of it, it's about this giant like biomass kind of like being that fights this giant mechanical being, and they like kill each other, and their like bodies, I guess, kind of like become the landmass on this planet, and then, you know, their spawn starts to like spawn all over their body and whatnot. And you like start at like from where you start at the feet, and you start working your way up. And it's such a cool game. The combat's sick. The story's really good. That story does not hide anything. It is pretty out there. And I'm probably about maybe 6-7 hours into it. I'm having a blast. Honestly, I'm having a blast. But I'm also like doing a lot of side quests and stuff. So if you like a lot of side quests, Xenoblade Chronicles on Switch 2, definitely get it. And I know Switch 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Has just come out on the Switch 2 as well. So, yeah, definitely check that one out. Thank you for the question. Has anybody else here... let me know if you've played any of the Xenoblade games as well, because I'm starting to, like, really get into it. When was the last time you suplexed a train? Last time I was, like, when me and your mum were on it. No, hey, Pairs, which turn-based RPG has the best combat? Ooh, that's a good fucking one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That is a really good one. One sec. Alright, this one's going to be turned into a video right after this fucking stream. Hey Pez. Hey Pez, which turn-based RPG has the best combat? Wow, do you know what? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I'm somewhat of a bit of a fighting man myself. You know, I'm not scared of combat. You know, I know how to throw down. Okay, you know, so I know when a good tussle. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say there. What am I trying to say? I was trying to say something, then I started burping. All right, let me do that again. Wait. All right. Wow. What? You know, that's fucking. Let me finish my drink. I finished my. Where is my water? He knows how to take a sausage. Alright, let me do that again. Alright. This is the last one that we're going to dive into the gameplay, okay? Hey Pez, which turn-based RPG has the best combat? Wow, do you know what? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. You know, I'm not a stranger to combat and danger, okay? So when questions come in like this, I'll tell you what, I find them the best yet. Now look, it has to be one RPG that stands above the rest when it comes to combat, okay? And I will not take any argument why this game isn't better than every other RPG out there, okay? And we all know it, we all love it. It is the action-based, turn-based... No, wait. What is it called? It is the strategic... What's the word I'm looking for? It's... What's in Expedition 33? What do they call it? The when the button mashing. What's it called? I got to. Is it interactive? Interactive turn-based? Not Perry. The real Jonah Hill, not you. You know how it's like, you know when buttons pop up on the screen, you got to hit it? Quick time event. That's it. Quick time event. Okay. Now, we all know it. We all love it. It's that quick time event, that game that gets you on your toes. So when you go to attack, you got to react to it. Reactive turn-based combat. And it has to be Shadow Hearts 2. Hands down, Shadow Hearts 2 has the best combat in any RPG, all right? And it's actually criminal that that game and that whole IP is just, like, hidden. Never to be seen, okay? We don't even know where the hell it is at the moment. But a lot of these reaction turn-based games or quick time event games are actually kind of like these games actually pull a lot of inspiration from games like Shadow Hearts 2. And I think Shadow Hearts 2 has an incredible story, incredible cast, and do you know what? When you're in a fight that has high emotions, okay, that helps with like high impact gameplay, okay? And that's a high impact gameplay. When you have a story that has like weighted emotions when you're going into battle, and then you've just got a really good combat system, Shadow Hearts 2, boom, hands down one of the best, okay? But I will say, obviously, I will say, you know, not talk... Look, and on this list, I won't throw in Final Fantasy games, okay? Just because, you know, I'm obviously going to put some Final Fantasy... I would obviously put Final Fantasy games in there. But I will have to say games like Shadow Hearts... Legend of Dragoon are really good. Obviously, Expedition 33. But I also really do enjoy games like Star Ocean. I think Star Ocean Till the End of Time or Tales of Exilia. They got really, really good combat. But that's what I would have to put down as some of like the best turn-based combat, even though, you know, some of them are a little bit action-based. But yeah, what do you guys reckon? What's your favorite? All right. All right, we'll hold off on questions for a little bit. Thank you so much, everybody. Quite a few cool questions came in today. We definitely need to get into this marathon. I'll tell you that for free. But would you also look at this, chat? We are only 30 subs away from unlocking. What was it again? I've already forgotten. The Final Fantasy V 4 job Fiesta. Wow, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? That's cool. That's cool. All right. Okay, let's get into it. I do have... Oh, Brian, Tickfinity, mate. You didn't tell me about Tickfinity. Jesus, mate. Davey the boy, thank you for the rose and heart, and Brian, thank you for the love heart. Chat, if you watch it on TikTok, we are going for 50,000 likes today, all right? And Brian's not allowed to tap like. He's tapped like too many times. All right, we're giving Brian a break today. We're giving Brian a break. Oh, we're already at 2004 sub. Never mind. We never. Yeah, no. Brian's already broke the rules. Okay. Also, if I missed any of your questions, I do apologize. Hold on to them. Doesn't mean I didn't like them. I just generally didn't see them. Yeah, I've never actually played the Mario RPG. Everyone tells me I should. I just... Is it wrong? Is it wrong to say that I don't like Mario? Like, I don't find Mario appealing. I don't find the idea of a plumber saving a princess against a bunch of turtles appealing. Is that wrong? It is wrong to say you don't like Mario. I thought so. Fuck. This is why I don't say. This is why I shouldn't stream. I'm gonna get cancelled. I'm gonna get fucking cancelled. All right. Okay. We do have PowerPoints up, but we have a PowerPoint when we leave the We'll have a PowerPoint ready to go for when we leave the floating continent. All right. What did you guys think of what did you guys think of the what was the game we were playing the other day? The Long Walk or Big Walk? It was fun. It was really fun. I just don't think I like the friend slop games that much. This is one of the best overworld themes, by the way. All right. Where are we going? Okay, we got our party back. Okay, let's get that timer rolling. Laughed your ass off, man. That was when we were trying to get up in that hole. There was a fucking bridge beside it. It was pretty funny. All right, let's get back into it. Final Fantasy Marathon. Let's oh, I think everybody should just gift one sub each, just in celebrations of this. Going. All right, okay, we're gonna get back to this castle. Oh my god. Such great music to start to. It's such good music. I love that, man. It is crazy how much Final Fantasy XIV. Whoever's like the scenario writer or the event planner or literally like they must have really loved Final Fantasy. They must really love Final Fantasy III because Final Fantasy III probably takes more precedent than any other Final Fantasy. Greetings, brave warriors. You have restored peace to my kingdom. You know not the depth of appreciation. Please accept this in return. Excuse me. It is the Wheel of Time. Good book, by the way, chat. A device said to have been constructed by the ancient. It has been in my family for generations. Take it to a man named Sin Kanan. Oh, you're already acquainted? Then I will spare me the explanation. Go now, warriors. Alright. Alright, let's go. Let's fucking do this. Let's fucking do this. This big castle we never returned, by the way, chat. It's just like... This whole castle is just nothing to it. Thank you for saving our castle. It's like 5 rooms, and that's it. So we've pretty much gone to every room in this continent now. Like we've discovered the whole world of which we know it, but we are going to go do something which I think this is one of the biggest rug pulls in any video game of its time, and I would love to have seen how, like, I kind of knew this was going to happen when I first played it, because I heard about this game, but like I would love to have seen people's reactions to this in general. Is she not? Well, the time's also in Final Fantasy XI. Really? Oh, there you go. Alright, let's go talk to Sid. This is why. Do you like the Nintendo DS Final Fantasy 3? It's I've only played it a little bit. I do own it. Oh, if only we had the Wheel of Time. There you go, I've got the Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time, this is it. I can make a new airship. Just one sec. I'll make the Enterprise into the fastest ship back in a jiffy. There we go. We can actually now leave the continent, and I think this is really cool. And I do have a slide for it. Let's go talk to his sick wife. Cough, cough. Let's give her an antidote. Nothing happens. I can't remember what I give her. Is it Cure? High Potion? Is it Eeeew? Oh, there we go. Heavens above, I'm cured. Thank you so much. You went over your way to help my husband and me. I can't thank you enough. Yeah, you can, by giving me money. Away for King Argus. I can't remember. I think there's a way that we get free shit off him. Could be wrong. Okay, fair enough. Is the Enterprise a Star Trek reference? Yeah, there's a lot of pop culture references in this game. Star Wars gets a lot of like Star Wars. There's a lot of Star Wars references in a lot of Final Fantasies. Hey, someone tipped you $2 over on YouTube. Let me have a quickly check. Sorry, I missed that. Celeste says, why doesn't Kuja wear pants? Because Kuja, I would say Kuja doesn't reform to the constraints that society has put upon him. And also, too, I don't know. I mean, if you were as powerful as Kuja, you lived in a desert palace, you had access to, like, if I had the power of Kuja, I had a desert palace, I had like a dragon I could ride on the back of, I had an army of black mages, I would also say that I don't want to wear pants either. I don't think you could make me wear pants. I don't think you can make me wear pants. Alright, chat, what I'm about to show you is really crazy, right? You ready? That's the world. That's the whole start of the game we were just on. Was this little island right here. Isn't that crazy? Don't you find that insane? And look at the world map, by the way. Look at the world map. Look at that. We can go sail around a little boat and such. This just shows you how big that game is. That's crazy, right? So let's talk about it. Leaving the floating continent. After defeating Hein, Sid upgrades the Enterprise into an airship, allowing the Warriors of Light to fly beyond the edge of the floating continent. There they discover that the world they explored for hours is only but a tiny island suspended above a much larger planet consumed by darkness. One of the greatest plot twists in the early JRPG genre. Honestly, it is. It honestly is crazy. It is crazy. This is the whole flat Earth theory. This is where it all came from. This reveal completely changes the player's perspective, transforming what feels like a massive world into just the beginning of much larger adventure, making the start of the game's second act. Okay, now chat, what does this make you feel like? What other Final Fantasy does this make you feel like? You spend hours in this location, which feels like this massive, bustling area, only for you to walk out and realize, holy shit, this was only just a small part of the world. This is where you guys answer the question. I'll just stand here and look at chat until someone says it. Final Fantasy VII, thank you, Drag. Thank you, Drag. Final Fantasy VII when you come out of Midgar for the first time. The name of origin, floating continent. Well, it's... You have to be an idiot if you don't realize what this is. But anyway, I put it in there just for people. The term floating continent combines continent, the Latin word for continere, meaning to hold together. So obviously that's another thing. A continent holds multiple things together. Anyway, with the fantasy concept of the landmass suspended in the sky, symbolizing a world isolated from the truth below. Wow, isn't that crazy? Sometimes you need to, like... You could call it the floating continent, but there's always going to be a deeper meaning. There's always going to be a deeper meaning. In the 1990s, this was considered one of the most ambitious reveals in gaming, dramatically expanding the game's scale halfway through the story. Wow, this is crazy. This moment is often compared to leaving Midgar in Final Fantasy VII, where players realize that the city they spent hours in was only a small part of an enormous world. That's crazy, right? I still think this is like one of the coolest things about this game is this. And honestly, we are nowhere near cracking what this game can provide. So anyway, let's keep chipping away. What do you think of that slide, Charles? Let's round of applause for the PowerPoint slides. Wow, let's hear it for me as well. Let's hear it for me. Ain't I cool? Okay, as you can see, there is a lot going on, so we're gonna head over. Obviously, the map is bigger on there, but like they give you the idea that it's like, oh wow, we were just on a tiny little continent. First things first, let's go find if there's anyone alive. Okay, the first thing you see is this little landmass here. Not really much to it. Okay, not much to it, but we'll explain more about this as we go on. We go over here, another landmass. Okay, we see a temple, like a tiny little hole. Not much going on there. Okay, we can go in there, but what we want to do is up the north. You see there's this tiny little speckle. This tiny little fart of an island right here. And there's another boat. Wow, isn't that crazy? And over here, we see the tip of what could be a penis if it looked like a crystal spire. So this is our first sight of the crystal spire in Final Fantasy 3. But this is the same crystal spire that we climb up in Final Fantasy 14. Obviously, like, not in the same game, but this is, it's the same. Anyway, let's go over here and continue our adventure. Okay, no, let's continue our no. Okay, how about we do it? Let's continue our adventure. All right. What was the next slide I had? Oh yeah, I probably should talk about this. Let's talk about the flooded world, chat. Let's talk about the flooded world. Excuse me. After leaving the floating continent, the Warriors of Light discover the surface of the world has almost been submerged beneath the water. When the water crystal lost its power, much of the surface civilization was turned to stone before sinking beneath the sea. Only a handful of survivors, such as Arya and those who found refuge on isolated islands, escaped the catastrophe. Okay, we'll obviously see this person coming up. The flooded world marks the beginning of the game's second half, revealing that the floating continent was just only a small part of a much larger world. The flooded world also draws inspiration from the Great Flood myths found across many cultures, including Noah's Ark, the Epic of Gilgamesh in Greek mythology, where the catastrophe floods and reshapes civilization. This reveal is considered one of the greatest twists in the early JRP genre. Not really in the West, because this wasn't accessible until 2006, but in Japan, this was a big fucking deal. Many people who turned... so, if you want to know what... They don't really... You do learn about this, but the reason why... Obviously, I'm going to spoil it a little bit for you. Obviously, these people will become accessible much later. Like, we'll be able to see, obviously, what happens to them. But everybody who lived, or does live, was turned to stone, and they were submerged deep below the sea. Okay? So no one drowned. It's like, oh, when the water goes away, how are all these people alive? They're all turned to stone. The catastrophe floods the ancient... the catastrophe mirrors the ancient flood of light, showing the devastating consequences of upsetting the world's balance. As we go through this chat, I want everybody to kind of like... If you guys are paying attention, because I know, there's people that have watched this marathon 3 times over, and every time they see these games again for the first time, they're like, whoa, that's crazy, I didn't know that. I need you guys to pay attention, okay? Because to get your most out of this game, notice that you can see a lot of the, like, where it's the main issue with a lot of problems a lot of people have here is there's like a... It's not balanced. There's a balance disturbance in here. It's like leaning heavily on one side. And you see the effects of it. This is why, like, the ongoing theme of this game is balance. Okay? If there was one word to describe Final Fantasy, it would be balance. Or Final Fantasy 3 would be balance. Where are we going to now? The Caves of Tide. Well, actually, we won't get... I didn't actually make a slide for this boat, because there's really not much about it. But yeah, we'll jump over to the Cave of Tide soon. But anyway, Chad, that's what we're going to talk about, the flooded world. Because at this point in the game, we don't actually really know that too. We don't actually know that much about it. So, yeah. That's all I got to say about that. All right. I do love how quick this game gives you access to, like, ships and stuff. Oh, Bloodsword! The Bloodsword in this game's ass, by the way. It's an absolute ass. Hello. Most of the world is underwater after the huge earthquake. I was on a boat at the time, lucky enough. I saved this young lady. She was clinging to a piece of driftwood. We're the only survivors, as far as I'm aware. Antidote. So I throw an antidote on her. And she's alive. There we go. Where am I? Who are you? Oh, what is this power I feel within you? Is that light? You must be the warriors who were gifted the power of the crystals. Oh, thank goodness you were here. I am Arya, the priestess of the water temple. What happened? The Earth's power caused the great tremor and buried the water crystal deep underground. Without the water crystals to protect them, the people were turned to stone and sent plummeting into the ocean's depths. Please take me to the water temple, temple of the water. A shard of the water crystal remains there. If I can return to the crystal, I might be able to break the curse. But you're injured, you silly idiot. I'll be fine. What matters is the fate of the world, cough. Please. I need to get to the water temple. Temple of water, I mean. Thank you. Okay. Pez, I need to know the stats on your hat. That bad boy looks strong. It's honestly, it's made of sturdy rubber. It was actually this traffic cone on my head was actually made from rubber boots that once kicked a kangaroo that was attacking the wielder, and the kangaroo went flying, and then they turned the rubber into a traffic cone to warn people that we will kick kangaroos if they get too close. And then I found it and put it on my head. So the legends say. Side note, those 2K shoes look nice. Oh no, right? They were actually, you didn't see it in the picture, but they were actually meant for Hamish Blake. So we made like 100 of the shoes, and they were meant for Hamish Blake, and we couldn't get hold of him. So they were just left over. So I was like, oh, yoink. Mine now. I know Andy got his, but yeah, Hamish never got his. The world open up also reminds me of Final Fantasy for when you go to the moon. I know, right? And this game, I won't spoil a little bit, but we're at the water temple at the moment. We're at the water temple, but the temple of the water, but it's not here. Honestly, I was going through all my shit in the garage. I'm throwing away so much stuff. I've got this like collector's edition of Saints Row 2, and it's got the collector's edition box. Had this it's like a burger box called Freckle Bitches. I haven't gotten I've had it for so long, I've decided to throw it. I decided to throw them away. So I threw away the Freckle Bitches box today. I was like, I've just taken it around everywhere. It was just the game and all that's been used, it's gone over. It's just like the literal box for it. Yeah, Hamish. So when I worked at 2K, it was for doing NBA 2K22. No, NBA 2K20. We had a bunch of shoes and we're sending them out to influencers, and inside the box has their names, and like, it's just behind me. What's number one? Out of 110 we made globally, we picked a few, and it says, "Welcome to the next, presented to Hamish Blake. 47 of 110. Download the demo today." And we couldn't get hold of him. I'm pretty sure we tried to send it and it came back, and then eventually, I was like, when we had it all left over, and then we were kind of like moving offices. We're like, oh, well, these ones are still here, and I was like, well, I'll take them. So yeah, no, I've got them there. I got a few things. I've got this huge, I got like this huge Borderlands 3 Sanctuary ship, the big collector's edition of that. I've got this Mafia kit. I got this Mafia remaster, like when they remade Mafia 1. It's this giant like case. It comes with a custom keyboard, mouse, like kind of a whiskey kit, Zippo lighter, and all that sort of stuff. I got heaps of shit. Aria kneels and murmurs a prayer. Oh, we're gonna do Cave of Tides. Sorry, I forgot to talk about Cave of Tides. All right, let's talk about the Cave of Tides. All right, okay. Where are we at? Okay, Cave of Tides. The Cave of Tides is a sacred cavern leading to the water crystal, guided by Aria. The warriors of light restore the crystal's power to defeat the Kraken Ending the curse and flooding the surface. Actually, I probably should do. Chad, don't read. Don't listen. You don't. It's very spoilerish, actually. Let's not worry about that. The news story should be that Pez stole Hamish's shoes. Here's the thing. I was gonna go buy some new shoes. I was like, oh, actually, I got those. I might wear them. I might use them. But I'm like, do I wear them? That's crazy. Your cousin used to babysit his kids. Yeah, right. I've met him once, but I don't think he... It was like literally in just short passing. Oh, chat, we just passed the 30-hour mark. Let's get some love for Pez. Wow, that's crazy. 30 subs for 30 hours? Wow, isn't that crazy? That'll get to 300. All right. Okay, here we go. Where are we at? Okay, let's fight these guys. Oh my god. What size? That toad is awesome looking. Okay, oh, I just... Oh, okay, whatever. Lucky after this we get our... I'm pretty sure we get our... We're able to go to a store. Stop! They're messing up the Black Mage. Damn, like the power scale on this is crazy. These things are just coming out way stronger. Ken Fleming, thank you for the follow over on YouTube. Thank you. I think it's donut time. What the fuck are these things? Oh shit, these things are strong as shit. So Grundle, before you made bagels, what did you used to do for work before being like a baker? Sorry, I mean donuts. Sorry, I just acknowledged you were a bagel maker. I shouldn't have acknowledged that. I'm sorry. I've just broken the whole thing we have going on here. Should we go this way? What are these things supposed to be?
Such a
Drag, thank you so much. Coming in with the 2 months. That is the dumbest looking enemy I've ever seen. Oh, look at those job levels are really high too. I didn't realize how high the Black Mage one was. I worked in retail for years before. A little, yeah, right. What was the first chat? What was your first job you ever had? Like, what was the first career path you ever had? I made wetsuits. That was my first job. Just how fucking awesome I am. Walmart. Yeah, right. Oh, she did. Oh. That was a good hit. You made roast beef sandwiches. Nice. Were they nice? We're gonna run it. We're gonna. Oh, wait, I got Zaga here, and we haven't even used it. We're sitting on Lazaga this whole time. Apprentice chef. I've never. Was it? Apprentice chef. I've never had a part-time growing up parent. wanted me to focus on school. My parents were like, leave school. Go make money. So I left school and went and made money. It was the dumbest thing I could ever have done. I should have stayed in school. Leaving school to make fucking wetsuits. It's the dumbest thing I ever did. But yeah, this would be a sick career path. You should be currently washing lettuce. What's this? Soon I'll be washing lettuce. What does that mean? Like, does that generally mean like you'll be actually washing lettuce? I feel like that's a layered joke. What does that mean? Will you actually be washing lettuce? Why are these things so fucking tough? I went to chefing because I love cooking little, but I know it's fucked hours and no pay behind it. Qualified chef who doesn't work in the industry anymore. Yeah, right, there you go. Oh, okay. Okay, this scene's crazy. I reckon this is the most craziest scene ever. Ready? Watch this, right? She's like, "Oh, water of crystal, might you regain your light?" Arya returns faintly glimmered shard to the crystal. Right? What do you reckon's gonna happen here? All right, chat. What do you reckon's gonna happen here? Do you reckon this fiend will attack and set us on fire? Will he try to drown us? Or will he shoot a crossbow and she will catch it in the ribcage? She caught a crossbow to the ribcage. I don't know why this is so funny. But what makes it even funnier is who did it. Ready? What's this? This hooded figure, right? Arya! Squish! No! Arya, no! You do not... I love this. You do not lack for luck, it seems. That cursed arrow was meant for you. I am the Kraken, the tasked by Master Zandy himself to ensure that this crystal never regains its former light. You will not leave here alive. The monster attacks, alright? Ready for it? This this thing was hiding under the coat. Why was it hiding under a coat? I don't know, I find that so fucking funny. Oh, this thing hits fucking hard too. Hey, Kay, thank you for the rose. Why do we have any? Wrath of Zeus. How good's the fucking music? It just slaps, doesn't it? Should be dead after this one. I don't think this one's insanely strong. There we go. Yeah, round of applause, chat. Round of applause for Pez. Arya! Light has returned to the crystal. My purpose is fulfilled. Thank you for everything. Arya, stay with us. This title is yours. It is imbued with the power of water. Yeah, got some new jobs now, chat. And we have now unlocked, for the very first time in a Final Fantasy game, we don't care about G-Mounts, but Dragoon and the Black Knight. This is where they originally come from. Hang in there. It is my time. You must continue your journey without me. Blah. I'll have work for you. It's too dangerous. You can't just leave Arya. Watch out. Oh. This is really cool. Ready? So the water, I don't know. I think the water subsides or the landmass lifts up. I'm not sure. It's one of the two. Like, what the fuck? Oh, you're finally awake. 3 days is a long time to sleep. You don't say. Where are we? This is Amur, the town of water. My grandpa found you all collapsed in the ruins of the temple. You've been out for 3 days. Alright. Anyway, chat, I reckon we should, let's go over, we got some things to go over. We got 3 slides to go over. I didn't want to go over this slide before because obviously, because of the spoilers. But, anyway. Alright, as we were saying before, so the Cave of Water, the Cave of Tides, which we were just in, is a sacred cavern leading to the Water Crystal. Guided by Arya, the Warriors of Light restore the crystal's power by defeating the Kraken, ending the curse that flooded the surface world. Arya sacrificed her life to ensure the crystal is saved. Wow, isn't that good on her? Rip her. The Cave of Tides restores the water's crystal, returning the world's ocean to normal and marking one of the game's most emotional moments through Arya's sacrifice. Which, you know, she wasn't with us for that long, but when you first played, obviously, you spend a little bit more time with her, being able to talk to her and such. I should have actually spoken to her, whatnot, and you kind of, like, learn a little bit about her. But anyway, the word tide refers to the nature of rising and falling seas caused by the moon's gravity, which we know this isn't the case. But across many cultures and tides, the tides symbolize change, renewal, and the cycle of nature itself, reflecting the restoration of the balance of the world's water. So it's not until we go into the Cave of Tides that the tides reside, you know. So it's kind of like a... The name of the cave kind of gives it away what's about to happen. Yeah. Anyway, the water crystal can only be restored with Arya's help to save the water priestess, so obviously you can't access it without her. The Kraken serves as the guardian of the water crystal, just like we've in Final Fantasy I. Arya's sacrifice is one of the earliest tragic deaths in the Final Fantasy series, reinforcing the cost of restoring balance. Which is, when I kind of wrote that down, I completely forgot about Minwoo, Joseph, Sid, Scott, you know, all those other people that died in Final Fantasy II. But we don't like Final Fantasy II, chat. We don't like Final Fantasy II. Let's talk about the Water Crystal. The Water Crystal is the third and the fourth the third of the 4 element crystals hidden within the caves of time, corrupted by the Kraken. Its loss of power floods the surface world, turning countless people to stone before they sink to beneath the sea. After defeating Kraken, the Warriors of Light restore the crystal and begin healing the world. The Water Crystal restores the world's ocean. The water crystal restores the world's ocean and rewards the party with powerful new jobs, preparing them for the challenges ahead. Now, this is, in a story sense, the last jobs we get. Okay? You can go to the end of the game, I believe in this version, and not even touch the Earth Crystal. Like, you can just you could just avoid it. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you can just avoid the Earth Crystal. Unless I'm thinking of something else. Anyway, so the water, across the many cultures, water symbolizes life, healing, purification, and renewal, reflecting the crystal's role in restoring the balance of the flood. And another thing is too, like, when you look at many cultures, when they, like, lean on elements, they all mean certain things. Like, wind reflects on, like, change. Water, in many senses, is the source of life and healing. Fire is also in the sense of, you could say, destruction, but also recreation, you know. Because in a lot of sense, like, not that fire is evil, but you could say, since things that are meant to destroy, you know, when something's destroyed, it's meant to be made renew. It's like cleansing. But yeah, but from this we get the Dark Knight Bard, Hunter, which is Ranger, Geomancer, and Evoker. And the Evoker is our first sign in the whole franchise of the Summoner ability. So we can actually summon now, but it's kind of a weaker version of what's to come to be the Summoner. It is protected by the Kraken, one of the 4 fiends, which in this sense, every other, like the Turtle protected the Wind one. I wouldn't say like the turtle. It's like the Turtle was like messing around with the Wind one. The Kraken fucked around with this one. For the Earth one, I think it's Titan, or it could be like something else. I can't remember what his name is. And then we had Gutsko, whatever his name, Gutsko for the Fire Crystal. Restoring the crystal causes the floods to recede and begins to lift the curse on the surface world. Right. Now let's talk about Amur, the town we're in right now. Amur is one of the few surviving towns on the flooded surface world. After restoring the water crystal, the warriors of light arrive here to regroup, rescue stranded villagers from the sewers, and continue their pursuit of Goldor, which, well, obviously we haven't learned about Goldor yet, but we'll talk about him. Amur serves as the party's first major settlement after the flood, showcasing the resilience of humanity despite the world's devastation. The name Amur shared with the Amur River, one of the longest rivers in Asia. Forming part of the borders between Russia and China, rivers have a long symbolization of life, survival, and renewal, making the name fitting for one of the last surviving settlements in the flooded world. And another thing is too, you'll see when we get into the world map, there are a lot of rivers around here, so I feel like the name obviously being tied with one of the longest rivers in Asia is really well, like, is a nice, nice paid homage. Amur is one of the few towns survived after the Great Flood's impact. There's not a lot of towns in this game, and those that are kind of like in mountainous regions and whatnot. The warriors rescued the trapped villagers from Amur sewers, providing blah blah blah. We'll talk about that soon. The real Amur River stretches over 4,400 kilometers, which is like 2,736 miles, making it one of the world's largest rivers. So there you go. This is like another case of them obviously taking a lot of inspiration from real world inspirations there. But that's all I really got to say about this. There's not much to this town except for we're going to come across these inbred brothers in a moment. But yeah, we'll cross that. We'll talk about that when we get there. All right. Cool. I hope you've all learned something new there. Okay, where we're at. Okay, good to see. Good to see you up and about. Well, all's well that ends well, huh? Okay, we need to stock up on everything. Oh, I can't even. Okay, I'll buy. I can't even buy normal potions here. That's how tight for cash we are at the moment. Let's see what I can sell. I think usually on my first playthrough, I never sell shit. Look how much we can sell a shuriken for. But you never... With one tip in this game, chat, if I can give you one tip for Final Fantasy III, never sell your shurikens. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. Have I felt like this? Alright, Solomon Sword. Super Sword. Okay, cool. What Deb obsessed with sewer sections in game is a hate. I reckon it has to be for me. It's like sewer sections, and yeah, sewer sections and snow levels, sewer levels and snow levels. Like one of the most fucked sewer levels ever is like, is it Ninja Turtles or Battletoads? There's like I can't. It's one of the two where it's like the sewer surfing one. Oh, it sucked ass. Okay, I think there's a few like hidden items in this town. It's the man who rescued Arya. Where's Miss Arya? Did something happen? I see. Oh, that's regrettable news indeed. But Arya wanted to bring back the light to the world. What you did. So that's the dude that was on the boat, by the way. Have you ever wondered what happened to that guy? It was turtles. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was turtles. Okay, just gonna hunt around. For you. Oh, a gooch. Well, none of us are using gooches at the moment. Oh, that's right. We've got new classes, jobs. So we can change him to black belt. Okay. Jobs. I can't remember if I was going to change him to Dragoon or Dark Knight. That's right, he can't. Oh, that's right, he can't use any of the swords I want. What about you? So I thought he could. What classes are we going to go with? I might go. It's like he's got the sword there, right? You can see the other sword. You can use the sword down the bottom there, but if we go Dark Knight, it's like I might leave him as the knight for now. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to change the roles at all. I don't think I need to. Except for, like, black belt. It's like he's crying. Doesn't look like he's got a tear under his eye. Yeah. Maybe Dragoon might actually... I could switch... To be honest, I don't think I will change it. Yeah, leave it as is. The ranger looks like he knows how to cook a sausage. I was wondering why didn't... Oh, I didn't recognize this and realize it was because I've only ever played the Chibi remake version. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, that's a lot of people. Yeah, that's the case for a lot of people. Okay, well, we're completely broke now. Alright. Right, so there, like I said, there is quite a lot of hidden shit around here, so we've got to go find it all. What else? Okay, we can't go into it. There is one. Anyways, what's the problem? Oh, what? Oh, I thought it was a random villager. Shit. So these are the inbred guys. Did you hear that? These kids, they think they're the chosen ones. Ha, they don't know it. That's us. They seem so convinced it's them. They seem dead set on going to those sewers. Guess we'll have to beat them to it. Oh yeah, these guys think they're the Warriors of Light. Is there any hidden forest porn in this game? Oh, I don't think so. You do find dirty mags in Breath of Fire 3 though. Not in the forest. You find them in Momo's dad's laboratory. Funny stuff. out. I just paid for a black. Oh, you fucker. What bullshit. I remember. I think there's one in the water. Probably wrong. No, I'm never wrong. Only sharp streams where I know very clearly that Pez will say goo. I haven't actually. I don't think there's any goo moments in this game. I say boobs. Like there will be a moment where I talk about boobs later on. But that's later on, yeah. Much later on. What about tips? Not quite. We will get there. I will bring them up. I'm pretty sure this dude's weaker when you put weapons on him, yeah. It's like the biggest ruse to like put these weapons on him. Oh, here we go. Help! Hey, it's those old timers from earlier. We can't just leave them there to fight on their own. Oh, sorry, he's got this kick ability. I forgot about that. Sick. How awesome's that attack? I forgot how cool that attack was. I'm not used to seeing Final Fantasy III like this. Yeah, not a lot of people are. We would have been, it would have been gooners. I would have been goners without your help. We owe you. I guess this proves that not even the legendary heroes after all. Such a shame. Oh well. Win some, lose some. You lose some. Ha ha ha. Alright, so these guys are just, yeah, a bunch of things. So we got to go get these weird shoes so we can walk over this thing called levee grass. All right, that's a thing. Okay, that's the whole purpose of walking into these sewers. I'm pretty sure. Is it here? Yeah, there's like a secret passage in one of these. Here it is. Power bracelets. Oh shit. We're all standing there, circle jerking, pretty much. I think we can go on this one too. Nice. A gooch! I've got a hammer. I think she can equip the hammer. Yeah, I might do. I might turn her into the... I think the Viking is a shit class. Let's see how it goes. What are we doing? Oh, Scooby-Dooby Goo. What do you feel Square Enix got right with the 7 remake so far? Do you know what I really like about Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth is that I love just turning on the game sometimes and just walking around the world and just looking at shit. I think they did a good job on the world building, like as far as like how the environment looks, how things are. Like I liked walking around the Cosmic Canyon area. I loved walking into the Sector 7. I remember the first time going into Sector 7 and the music hits, like, holy shit, this is sick. Like, I couldn't believe that I was actually fucking doing that. Like, it was so cool. I really, really liked it. There's some stuff I don't like about it. Draw attacks. I can't remember what draw attacks are. Oh, that's right. He's going to draw the attack. Okay, that was such a dumb idea. Oh. Train Graveyard and Remake is so dope. Especially, oh no, they really made that was cool. The music, the atmosphere, like the story about the little girl and whatnot. Oh, it's awesome. No, I do agree with you on that one. The thing I don't like the most out of all of it is in Rebirth. I don't like that they made it into a Ubisoft climb tower, scan the area bullshit. Like don't do that to my Final Fantasy. That's not what a Final Fantasy is. What if we have two of these guys? I wonder what two black mages doing the kicks would do. I got to finish 7 Remake last. I got now doing the youth. What'd you think of it? What'd you think of the ending of it? What did it say? My, what do we have here? Ah, you're looking for the old Dahlia. Yes, we're hoping to borrow her Levigrass shoes. Do you know where they might be? Where she might be? Why, Dahlia's me. Ka. So you're the youngins who think you're legendary warriors, I see. You sure don't look the part if you ask me. But if you insist, here's your shoes. Watch out! Those shoes were a trap. How could you tell? Just a hunch. Nah. I'm just joshing. I've seen the real shoes before. Dahlia, stop. These youngins are telling the truth. I'll vouch for them. Oh my word. I took you for liars. My mistake. Would you give them the Levigrass shoes? If you gents trust them, then I'll take your word for it. Here are the real shoes. Pez, do you think they'll get rid of the Ubisoft open world mechanic? I just hope they do. I don't think they will. I think they're going to stick to their shoes. They won't. Here's the thing: Square Enix won't back down on anything they're already currently doing because they don't want to look like they're quitters. They're gonna make the game that they want to make, and then they'll take feedback when it's all done, and hopefully they'll take it in for whatever their next remake project or next game is. But I don't think they will back down on any direction they're going in at the moment. Honestly, I just don't care. Honestly, I have no sway or any pull over it. I don't feel like worrying about it's gonna be important. So I'll just take the game on the chin as it comes in, and we'll take it from there. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. It's very. I know it's very like bleh attitude, but yeah. Who has the quickest hands in Final Fantasy? I have to say VICE, right? VICE in Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. He's been pretty... watching VICE fight Vincent, that shit was cool. That was really cool. Yeah, it's definitely have to be him. What do you think? Who do you think has the fastest hands? Nah, Sabin. Have you seen him those fists when he does pummeling? Yeah, he's pretty quick. I still think it has to be Vice though. When you see like Vincent's quick, he's like ba 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 ba, but Vice and Vincent are like at this like looks like they're pushing the speed of light. Oh wait, we got one of those too, didn't we? Yeah, I can sell that. I can sell the gooch. Oh, that's a good one, Yuffie. You never see, yeah, that's right. You never see Yuffie like stealing your material. Yeah. Actually, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let me make that into a video. Actually, you know, I'll do that. I'm gonna do 2 videos right now. Actually, I think these are good ones. Yeah. I think this is a good. I think this is a good question. All right. Okay. Where are we at? Let me turn this down a little bit. All right. Pez, do you think they will get rid of the Ubisoft open world mechanics in Revelations? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. This is somewhat of a sensitive subject for me, and it's one of my few critiques, I would say, of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So this is a really good question, honestly, one of the best yet. Now, look, I don't think they will get rid of it. I think that they will keep it going because I think they will stick to their guns. You know, they're not gonna quit on their direction. But I will say this whole feature of going to a new area, having Chadley to go, oh, go to this, having Chadley go, oh, go to this point of interest, climb this tower. Sorry, that's not point of interest. What I don't like about fucking hell, I'm struggling for words here. What I didn't like about Rebirth is when you'd bump into Chadley, and I mean, that enough alone annoyed the hell out of me. But when you bump into Chadley, he's like, oh, go climb that tower, scan the area, and go to these points of interest. Nah, fucking nah. That is not what a Final Fantasy game is, okay? You do not tell us where to go, okay? You do not have a big thing go, oh, over here, look, I'll just put it on your map. No, you remember that first time when you played Final Fantasy VII and you walked out of Midgar, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I just spent 3 to 4 hours inside of Midgar thinking, like, this city's huge. And then you just realize just how small Midgar is on the grand scale of the world map. And you don't know where else to go. Other than, like, okay, let's go for a walk and see what we find. And then you see Calm, and you go to Calm, and then obviously goes there. But then you're like, okay, we've got to head to the Chocobo farm. It's over that direction. Let's just go. And then you walk over there, and then you find the Chocobo farm. Like, I love that idea of not knowing where we're going on the unknown journey. Okay, I know they called the Rebirth. Oh, sorry, I know they called the remake the Unknown Journey, but it is the known journey because Chadley's telling you where the fuck to go. All right, I hope they get rid of that in Rebirth. I don't want to be told where to go. I want the sense of exploration. I want the sense of unknown. That's literally what the fucking game is meant to be. But yeah, like I said, I do like Rebirth. I know a lot of people have issues with it. There are things I love about it and I hate about it. But I actually, overall, don't mind the game. But one of my biggest issues is that tower climbing Ubisoft world mechanic thing. I just do not like that. And I pray to God, that they don't add it in. And if they do put it in there, and they put me as the voice actor in the toilet, for the toilet guy in Rocket Town, I'll forgive him. Okay, I can look past that, okay? But anyway, what do you guys think? Alright, how else would they show you your controllers talking to you? Yeah, true. It's true. I nearly bought, I'm trading in all my PS5. I've got 2 PS5s and I'm trading them in to get my Pros, getting ready for, GTA bloody, what's it called? GTA 6. Okay, there's this other question. We have a question in. Who has the fastest... we have a question in. Who has the quickest hands in Final Fantasy? Wow, do you know, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. You want to see how fast my hands are? Look at that. Didn't even spill a drop. That's how quick I am. So this probably makes this one of the best questions ever because I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty good on this topic. It's got to be Yuffie, right? It's got to be Yuffie in Final Fantasy VII. You know, like when you first encounter Yuffie in Final Fantasy VII, like you fight her, you beat her up, and then you go into this little cutscene, like where you're out in the field, and she's like, "Oh, what the hell? Like you beat the shit out of me." And like your first instinct is like, "Oh man, I just got in the fight. You know, she did a bit of damage. Before I talk to her, I don't want to engage in another fight. Let me just open my menu and bloody heal myself." So you open your menu, heal yourself, and then you go about and you're like, "Wait, what the hell? Where's everything gone?" And then she's fucking stolen shit from you and she's pissed off. You're like, what the hell? So anyway, you're like, okay, whatever. I'll find her again. So you go back in the forest. You're like, okay, let me save. Save. Then you go into the forest. You find her. You fight her again. You're like, haha, we beat her up. Oh, there's a save point. Let me go save. So you go over to the save point. You click on the save point. You're like, I'll just quickly save. You make the mistake by opening your menu. Then you save and you go back. Boom, she's gone. You're like, fuck, she got me again. Nobody else in Final Fantasy was so quick to pull that shit off. I loved it. I think, maybe she might not be the fastest hands. If I had to pick whoever had the fastest hands, I'd probably say Vice from Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. But it's honestly, it's got to be up. Yuffie's got to be up there. Yuffie's got to be up there. Anyway, there we go. Okay, anyway. What else is there? Was that the only questions? Okay, they're the only questions. Thank you for those questions, everybody. Thank you for keep them coming in. I do appreciate the questions. All right. Okay. What were we doing? Okay, heroic shield. Okay, we don't really need anything else. Only one Final Fantasy can live up to the rest. Can live and the rest must go. Only one final... Oh, that's a good one. Damn it. How dare you come out with, like, a really good, engaging one. This one would be good for chat. Jesus Christ. I should just do one stream that's just dedicated to questions. Alright. We have a question in. We have a question in. Only one Final Fantasy can live to the... fucking hell. We have a question in. Only one Final Fantasy can live, and the rest must go. Which one do you choose? Ooh, do you know what? That is a doozy of a question. Honestly, that was probably one of the best that's ever came in. I would have to say, a lot of people will probably jump out and go, oh, it's got to be Final Fantasy XIV. Nah, that's the mistake you make, right? I like Final Fantasy XIV, and you're like, oh, it's an MMO, keep coming. But where does it grab its source material from, huh? Where does it grab its source material from? The other Final Fantasy games. So, it's as much as we love it, it'd be outdated pretty quickly. But if I have to pick one Final Fantasy that could stay, it has to come down to replayability, good story, a game that you must go over and play over and over again. And it's got to be, without a doubt, Final Fantasy Tactics. Honestly, Final Fantasy Tactics is the only Final Fantasy that I can 100% and then start again. Honestly, it is hands down one of the best. But I'd have to also say, too, it's probably got to be Final Fantasy X as an easy second runner-up. I don't think I can live in a world without Lulu. Like, at least if they give me the ability to say, oh, we're taking Final Fantasy X away, like, if there's one thing you can keep, I would say Lulu so fast my neck would snap. And I wish we could put Lulu in Final Fantasy Tactics. Just because she's just an all-round character. She just wields a really good pair of, like, a pair of sense of duty and just all-around good personality, I would say, and she'd be really good in Final Fantasy Tactics, honestly. Great in Final Fantasy Tactics. Which black mage is stronger, Lulu or Y'shtola? Oh, God. Are we talking who's got a stronger back, because, like, carrying around so much weight, the weight of carrying the party and the story around, I would say. If we have to go to, like, abilities, it'd probably have to go to Y'shtola, right? I have to pay Y'shtola. But is what I would say, but no, Lulu every time. Lulu every time, you know what I'm saying? Alright, let's get back into it. Thank you for those questions, by the way, chat. I really appreciate them. Thank you. But I always appreciate. We're only 29 subs away from the next sub goal. That's crazy. Oh my god, can you believe it? Wow. Alright. Oh, where we at? Okay, Danny. So if we go to the ship, right? We go hop in the ship. You're like, oh, cool, let's hop in the ship. Oh, we're chained here. So what's happened is we are actually chained. Okay, obviously I just said that. But we are chained because a person called Goldar has chained our ship to the land using a golden chain, an unbreakable golden chain. Because you know how strong gold is, chat. It's like some of the most strongest shit on the planet. Oh, we actually got to go back and rest. I didn't realize how weak we were. Oh, we got I think this is our first case of bad breath. Oh, they just killed the frog. Look at that dead frog. Why is that so sad? I've never seen a dead frog in this game. That is imagine being turned into a frog and then killed. That's oh my god. Has to be the worst death in any video game. Kind of feel sorry for him. Hey, Runner, thank you for the heart. Go popular. I appreciate it, mate. Where's he in? Hello. Vivi is the strongest black mage. I don't know who the strongest black mage is. If we go technically, if we go down like, if we try to pull like, we try to go technicality on who would be the strongest, it would probably be Lightning. I think Lightning would probably be there as marked as the strongest. I don't think I've ever been here. A pair of livergrass shoes will get you to the... Oh, this is just all for mechanics wise, right? Oh, fuck, look at him go! What the fuck? I've never seen this before. Look at him carve it up. I never knew that. That's something new. There you go. I can learn something new. Alright. Alright. Let's keep going. There you go. Okay, everybody's good now. Alright. Okay, we need to avoid those frog guys. No, not frog. What do you call it? The bad breath dudes. Oh, he's still a frog. Oh shit. It was pretty funny, wasn't it? Alright, Maiden's cute. How do we make him bigger again? It's like a hammer or something, wasn't it? Wait, do we not have any? Ah, fuck off. Let's get comfy. I want to at least try to make it to the Dragoon place today. Pez, what do you think is better, blue mage or red mage? I reckon blue mage is better. Red magic is just a mix of white and black, so it's just... The question is there, which one do you like better, blue, black, white, or red? I'd say blue mage is cool. I think it's cooler. I think black mage takes the... Ah, I sore ankle. I think black mage takes the cake. What am I doing here? It was mallet, wasn't it? Alright. Sort items, mallet. All right. Okay. No more. No. Let's progress it. Yeah. I finally catch the stream. Hey. Hey. Welcome in. Good seeing you. How are you? Welcome in. Helgaroo. What the fuck? What is this Helgaroo? I get the magician, right? But it's like, oh, what enemies are we going to have? We'll have magicians, we'll have goblins, and is kangaroo a licensed property? Oh, I think it is. Oh, okay. Well, why don't we call it the Helgaroo? What the fuck? Oh, what a majestic beast. Here we see the Helgaroo and its natural habitat being chased on by a magician who wants to stick his finger up in his ass. What the fuck? Look at that. It's like the magician's telling us to be quiet because he's going to sneak up and peg the kangaroo. Oh, sorry, the Helgaroo. Thank you. Feeling good. Not gonna lie. I watch you, of course, also on YouTube, and you'll passively help me with my family's curse. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. Thank you, and I'm feeling good. Not gonna lie. I watch you, of course, also on YouTube, and you passively help me with a family curse. We have like 3 generations now. By never finishing Final Fantasy. Okay, I probably should have reacted after I read what you said. Okay. It's like a witch has taken up residence in our cupboard. And she won't leave. So that's the way I read that. Alright. Okay, alright. Before we... Actually, we'll get in here and let's talk about this. Okay, we have a PowerPoint presentation ready to go. Who wants to talk about chat? Oh, actually, we should talk about him. Actually, we'll talk. I'll use this PowerPoint slide after the fight with Goldar. But we are in Goldar's mansion. He is insanely obsessed with gold. I'm pretty sure all these rooms are fucking empty. Oh no, we got to use the. Is it the magic key? Yeah, magic key. Damn it. But it's broken. I already, I finished Final Fantasy X, so Curse is broken. Oh, congratulations. Did you like it? It's a good Final Fantasy to finish. Guess, oh, that's right. Some of these rooms are duds. Which 5 angsty Final Fantasy characters would be Power Rangers? Oh, because you need teenagers with attitude, right? Isn't that the whole thing about Power Rangers? I would say Bart would have to be in the Power Rangers because he's got a bit of attitude. Tidus would be in there. Tifa would be in there. They'd have to be martial artists, right? So I still say Bart's because he can learn to be a monk. Then I would say Tifa. It'd have to be all the magicians, honestly. It's already like fucking martial artists. So it'd be Tifa, Zeal. I would say Tidus in this sense because of his attitude. You know, oh god. Sabin. No, he doesn't have. Sabin doesn't have attitude. He's actually quite calm. There we go. This is what we wanted. I don't think Amarat would be in there. Amarat's a poo character. Amarat, honestly, as much as I like the look of Amarat, they really shouldn't have had him in there. Ooh, nightmares. Remember, these nightmare characters appeared at the end of Final Fantasy II. Surprised I'm still here. Pez, have you ever played Dragon Quest before? I have. We actually streamed it recently. We did it on a sponsored thing for him. But Dragon Quest VIII is my favorite Dragon Quest. I love Dragon Quest VIII. Journey of the Cursed King. Alright. Goldar, chat, get ready. You think I'm going to give up my crystal over my dead body? I'm blown! Honestly, the music in this game slaps. It's so good. This guy's a really easy fight too. I almost thought this was Goldar from... Yeah, well, that's... Every time I hear Goldar, I always think of him. Because Goldar... If you don't know, Goldar is one of the minions of Rita Repulsa, if that was the name is. He's like the dude who looked like a wolf in gold armor with wings. Ten hits, that's a good hit. There we go. That is the day we found him. I thought he was playing those... Do you know, I was just about to say, he does look like those flying things from Wizard of Oz. No, not my crystal. I'll smash it before I hand it over. Ha 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 ha. The crystal broke into 1,000,000 pieces. Not the crystal. How could you? Now it will never be yours. And now he dies. Goddard dropped the key to unlock the chains around it, but as soon as you grasp it, it disappears. The curse is lifted and the airship can be flown once more. Wow, there we go, chat. We can fly again. Our ship is unchanged, but the crystal is gone. What do we do now? Alright, actually, I'm going to spoil something for you. That wasn't the real crystal. Okay. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I forgot that I put it in the PowerPoint slide. But anyway, chat, let's talk about Golda. Alright. Golda is a wealthy sorcerer obsessed with treasure. From Golda Mansion, he hoards what he believes is the Earth Crystal. The magical chains that the Enterprise... what he believes is the Earth Crystal and magically chains the Enterprise to stop the Warriors of Light. After he's defeated, he destroys the Earth Crystal, only for the party to discover it was a fake. Goddard represents the danger of greed while revealing that the real Earth Crystal is still hidden. So it originally actually reveals it's not the real one. The name Goldar, or Goldor, derives from gold. I don't know if you know this. Symbolizing wealth, greed, and material obsession, perfectly reflecting his character. Goddard magically changed the Enterprise, holding the party's journey. This was like a way to get the party leveled up a little bit and give some sort of plot that he's, to pause the progression. Typical Earth game. Typical video game stuff. The Earth Crystal is actually fake, which we obviously learned that. And Goldar is one. So in this earlier on, Goldar is one of the few Final Fantasy character villains motivated almost entirely by greed. All right, there is no motivation of him about like world conquer or anything. It's just greed. He wants everything in this world, everything this world has to offer. There is a lot more to him in the 3D version, I believe. But yeah. What are we at next? Ooh, okay, we won't get to that bit. This next slide's a big one. Alright. Anyway. I mean, his manor is a good place to grind some... It is a good place to grind some levels, you are correct. Which we definitely will be doing. Alright, cool. Okay, let's get back into it. Yeah, Goldar is actually... It's an actual fact that Goldar is the one that actually would put forest porn out there in the woods for people to find. Some would call that a hero just doing their part, you know. Yeah, it's hard to do a bunch of improved story. Yeah. There's not like a hefty story to it, but there is a story to be found. Oh my god, Gold Bear. What do you all think about GTA 6 getting a Netflix early access? It's crazy. Yeah, if anything, I actually don't mind it. I love it that they're going to this level. They're trying to go to the extreme and show what they can do with marketing. I reckon it's awesome. You got to think outside the box, you know. A golden sword, golden sword, golden sword, golden sword, golden sword. Gone sword, gone sword, gone sword, gone sword, gone sword, gone sword, and guess what, chat? Wyvern claws. There we go. Wyvern claws are pretty crap. Well, is it? This is going to be a paywall paradise. I was keen, but then realized they're hiding it behind a paywall. Yeah, but I already have Netflix, so I just don't care. I already have Netflix. Which are the best jobs in this game? Ninja and Sage are the best jobs. They better hope their game's good. They're gonna be a lot of disappointment. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. As someone who worked for Take-Two, I have faith. I have faith in them. I have faith in them. That's all I'll say. Well, I mean, I worked at 2K. I don't know if I never mentioned that, but you know, Take-Two was our parent company, and Rockstar obviously there. We actually, when I used to work there, Rockstar used to literally just sit next to us. Like we were kind of like in this layered room where like we were beside Take-Two, and then Rockstar was just this set of stairs that got like slightly higher than us, and they were just like right near us. So we'd just sit there. We'd actually play Call of Duty Black Ops. What was the Call of Duty Black Ops that was like, it was just Battle Royale. I think it was like Black Ops 4. Yeah, but we'd always play Black Ops 4 together. Do you have your own Wizard Tower? D&D reference. I don't have my own Wizard Tower, no. One day I would love for somebody just to put me in my own video game. I want someone to make me my own video game. I would love that one. If someone made me my own video game, I'd be so happy. I'd love to just be in a video game, you know. I've been in the credits of a few video games, but I haven't actually been in a video game. Do you know what? I would go out on a limb, chat. I'll go out on a limb, and I think everybody in the world would agree with me on this one. If Chadley gets killed off in part 3 right at the start, and I'm the one that replaces Chadley, I think I would be universally loved more than Chadley. I'll just put that out there. I think people would like me more than Chadley. Now, I'm not saying I'm a likable guy, but I would be offended if people said they like Chadley more than me. I'm just, you know, I'm sure Chadley's a lovely person, but I think I would take offense to that. I wonder if any of these books are... I've never actually gone into this room because I know we didn't need to. I grew up, they told me to get here to talk with a guy called Pez. He was supposed to be the Final Fantasy genius. That's me! What do you need? Anyway, what do you want to... What do you need? What do you want? It's Grundle, you're gonna like this. What you want me to cover you in the goo that is my Final Fantasy knowledge? Hojo's Deletus Maximilius Chadley. This is my new creation. I just hope if Chadley is like if Chadley sets 1 foot inside of the North Crater, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I think if we, this is how I want the Emerald Weapon fight to end. This is how I want the Emerald Weapon fight to be in Final Fantasy VII Revelations. We go down there under the ocean, and the Emerald Weapon, like, you know, does his thing, alright? But then we see at the back of the Emerald Weapon, there's this little exhaust port. Because when he's like flying around, you can see like the bubbles coming out the back. It's his anus, right? And there's only one way to defeat it is by blocking it. And there's just this perfect Chadley-sized hole. And the idea is that we just fucking shelve Chadley in the ass of the Emerald Weapon, and then it drowns because it can't breathe through the water. And then I reckon that's the best way we could give Chadley's out. Okay. Give me juice, unknown facts about Final Fantasy VIII, or I leave. Ooh, what do you want to know? What do you want to know? I know a bit about it. Okay, let me think of all the obscure shit I know about Final Fantasy VIII. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's a few things. Okay. This is the most common one that this is like the most common unknown one that a lot of people don't know, but they learn pretty quickly. The reason why Setsa, Seifa. Sorry, I'm thinking of Setsa. The reason why Seifa holds the gunblade the way he does is because when he was a kid, he actually watched the movie about the sorceress and her knight, and the knight in that movie was Laguna. And the way Laguna holds the gunblade in that, he just thought it looked cool. And Seifa saw that and thought, oh, do you know what? That's cool. That's how I'm going to learn how to fight. So that's why he holds the bloody sword that way. Who chooses the color of chocobos, and why was it the one we got? Surprisingly, they don't ask me these sort of things. I don't know about that. That's a pretty... Okay. All right, so that's a pretty commonly known one. Final Fantasy VIII. Another commonly unknown one is when you're in Timber, right? When you go to Timber the first time, there's that TV when you go to the station. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is. There is like a bunch of static, but there's like text, red text on the screen, and the reason why that text is on the screen actually has a lot to do with the lore of the world. Now, you know in the start of Final Fantasy VIII where they go to Dollet and they try to get the TV station, they try to get the satellite up and running so they could broadcast. Well, the reason why they had that radio station taken down is because during the Sorceress War, when Laguna and the team had Sorceress Adele launched up into space, herself and the device she was in was affecting the radio waves, and she was literally sending back messages going, I'm here, I'm going to come back and fucking kill you. So they had to like pretty much put her in space, leave her there, and shut down all global communications, essentially go like radio silence. And that's why the radio station was down. And when they turn that satellite back on, and you go back to Timber, that static is showing that message. I'm alive. I am here. You will not forget me. That is Sorceress Adele writing that message, like sending that message, and that's what's being projected on that screen. That's it. I love that. That was a really cool fucking thing. Can you get max seed rank without a guide? Me? Yeah. Yeah, we did it on stream. I burned through that thing pretty quickly. I think there was one I think it was wording I got confused on, but yeah, they guide things pretty quick. It's like, but here's the thing. I would be saying the first time I played, I fucked that quest up so many times. I've played Final Fantasy VIII so many times. That's the reason why I can do that. The bloody job. The seed testing really quickly. What were we doing? We came back here for a reason. Oh, that's right. We Dunskies, right? We can fly our ship again. Yeah, it's not really hard. You just got to pay attention. That's it. Anyway, so there's the Final Fantasy VIII facts for you. What else do you want to know? Hey Pez, what is the better Final Fantasy 3 to play remake? I've never played the remake, 3D remake, so that's probably one I can't really. I've played this one multiple times. I really like the Pixel remaster, but I need to play the 3D remake first before I give you an honest answer on that one. All right, who's ready to get into a bukkake? All right, so this is we're able to fly around. Oh. You gave me law. Here's your payment, mate. The guy not from England, but from New Zealand. Hey, welcome in, dude. Thank you so much. Chat, let's get some love. Star Child. Dude, thank you for the prime. Was it prime? Oh, you actually gave me money. Thank you so much. Chat, let's get some love. I actually really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. That's right. This thing can't land. It's got to go in water, doesn't it? In it. I think this is the Evoker village. Oh no, this is the Geomancer village. Hello. That's right, we can't rune braces. What are these? Actually, I think this would be really good for him. Yeah, that's what I thought. It adds a lot of cycle. I should have bloody added it in. Chat, let's get some love for that new subby poo, by the way. And chat, we are only 28 I know we're not going to hit it, so I'm just saying it anyway. But if we do hit it, fucking you beauty. But we are only 28 subs away until we get to 300 and unlocking the Final Fantasy V Job Festiva. Alright. I think there are, like, I thought there was, like, items around here. Oh, this is the Bard village, yeah. Oh, here we go, yeah. Earth drums, yeah. I hate the Bard class in this one. It's like the shittest class. I generally don't like Bards. Like, when we play, I do play D&D. Like, I've never played D&D and there's been anyone that's a good bard, because every time I play D&D and someone wants to be a bard, they always try to go for that like oh, full charisma, like, oh, you know, I'm a bard, I'm supposed to be the funny one. Let me tell you this, chat. Not everyone is built to play a bard. Okay, there's nothing worse than playing bloody D&D and someone wants to be a bard and they try to be funny and they're not funny, and you got to sit there watching them try to be funny. All right. It's just, not everyone's meant to be a bard. Not every bard is supposed to be, that's right, not every bard is supposed to be funny. You could be a mysterious bard who likes to play a tune and has a story to tell. Yeah. Now everyone's got to be the funny bard. My buddy plays a bard and does a great job. His entire shtick is just insulting enemies to death. That's, if people are good at it, good on them, but man, there's nothing worse than someone trying to be funny that's not funny. Yeah. When we did this one session where it was all about like the enemies were bards. It was just like an evil league of bards, and we just had to take them down. But the DM was really funny, so he was playing a bunch of funny bards. So, what are we doing? All right, that's right. Okay, we should be able to see from here. Where is it? I think we can kind of see it from here. I might be wrong. Oh, you can just see the edge of it, but you can't see over there. You can see the ancient maze. All right. Okay. Where are we going? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, we're going over here. All right. Chat, who likes bukkakes? Because we're in one. I mean, a cannon bukkake. There we are. Excuse me. Castle Saronia. All right, chat, you ready? You ready? Because I got a PowerPoint presentation. And it's a hoot. Now, I worked really hard on this one, chat. Okay, I worked really hard on this one. And oh, shit. So you spoil it. Okay, we're gonna. This is gonna spoil it a little bit, but I'm gonna go over it anyway. Saronia and the Dragoons. All right, so I like that because the Dragoons were like quite a unique class. So I really like that they've really lent on the Dragoons in this quite a bit. Okay, Saronia is the largest kingdom in Final Fantasy III. Torn apart by civil war, the King Gron falls under Gigametz's control. With the help of Prince Alice, or Anus, which people call him behind his back, the Warriors of Light restore peace by defeating Garuda, and while the kingdom's legendary Dragoons rise once more to defend it. Saronia introduces Prince Alice, the Nautilus ship, and showcases the importance of the Dragoon job, which is the essential to defeating Garuda. So I'll switch a lot of the party members. I'll probably switch 2 of the party members over to Garuda. Anyway, the name origin. The origin of Saronia is unconfirmed, but it is closely resembles to Sauron, a fertile plain in Israel whose name means flat land or plain. This reflects Saronia's status as a vast, prosperous kingdom before it was divided by war. Saronia is the largest kingdom in Final Fantasy III. The Garuda battle is pretty much designed to just teach you how to use the job, the Dragoon job. Even though it's just this simple jump ability, there was nothing ever like it. This is one of obviously the most iconic classes in Final Fantasy, and this is honestly one of the most iconic abilities that Final Fantasy brought to the genre. And a lot of other RPGs have actually taken Jump and put it into itself. Saronia is divided into 4 separate districts, making it one of the largest towns in the game, and even not one of the largest towns in many of the RPGs of that era. So, anyway. There you go. Chat. I hope you liked it. By the way, if you're new here, chat, every RPG we play, I'm fucking weird enough, and I make a PowerPoint presentation on it to kind of explain to you a few things. What it is, what its purpose, where the origin of the name came from, and a few fun facts. So there you go. And I don't do this as my full-time job. I would like to do it one day, but I don't think that'll ever happen. Okay, I love this though. I love that there's just like 2 armies ready to throw down. Fight with your honor and your lives. Fight for your honor and his life. Like, you can't talk to any of them. But I like the little horses they got going on. On all losing sides, we are branded blah, blah, blah. Alright, we're going to go find the prince. Now, in one, I think it's the top right town. So you'll see that there's a bunch of town here, but this is town out here, and this is the town up here. Alright. But we've got to find the one with a tower. Thunder Spear, I'll just hold off for a second. You fight the whole army now? I could have beat him. I thought this is where the tavern was. It must be in the other area. Yeah, we can't access a lot of this until we start the kind of throwdown. Oh yeah, this is where we want to go in here. Or is it locked? Fucker. Monkey! There's a Helgaru mage! Also, look at the knight. Look at Squash. Look how he's starting to turn to stone. This game, like, it shows you how the stone effect works in this game. It like slowly creeps up your body. I love that. Oh my god. Catapleus. Catapleus? What a name. So normally you'd make the mistake of going to buy all this equipment. But that's not what we're going to do here. Alright, so we'll switch over to Dragoon. Dragoon. And we'll switch him to Dragoon. What was I doing? Ah, Dragoon. Job. Blah, blah. Jobs. Dragoon. Boom. We get to see our jump ability in action here. But why when you can plunder? I'm actually curious. Wait, where's that Star Child person? Are you still here? I want to know who told you to come here. Like, where'd you hear from me from? Oh, look at that damage. Oh, this is going terrible. Oh my god, we nearly lost. Everyone nearly died. Okay, well, we need to sort that shit out. Forced to waste pressure. I know. This game does not hand out Phoenix Downs very lightly. Dragoons suck at taking magic damage. Oof. That was dangerous. I think that should be it. I don't think there's anything else in here. This is like items hidden somewhere. Which I don't think that's the case. Chocobos! Oh, okay. I've got a Chocobos. So we're locked in, we can't leave either. This might be the tavern one, I think. Hello. My research mainly involves the study of chocobos. I've discovered how to call forth a fat chocobo. Oh, I already see fat chocobo. We can actually store shit with him. I don't know why we would store anything with him, but they tried to like add a whole thing in here. Let's just steal everything that's not bolted down. You had enough? See you, Neon. What's your... I think this guy's sus. Toronto is divided in 4 districts. Okay. If you say so, buddy. Oh, this was fun. If only Prince Atlas was here, maybe things would be different. Okay. I thought there would have been more cool shit. Oh, that's right. I think this dude down the bottom here is something. Oh, that's right. We're going to find the prince first. So there is a tavern somewhere. Oh, yeah, it's over here. Oh, the young man. There was a young man in the cavern who was in danger. Dead ringing for the prince. Okay. Oh, shit. Get a load of this, Brad. He thinks he's the prince of the kingdom. Doesn't it look like the... Remember when Pink had pink hair? It looks like we've got like a bunch of like pink impersonators ready to throw down. Get a load of this, Brad. He thinks he's the prince. What a laugh. Hey there, little prince. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Leave him alone. Oh, the liar prince buddies have showed up. That's pretty fucking photo. It's crazy that they turned out to be gold knights. My husband and I realized we both completely forgot it's our wedding anniversary today. Yeah, we did. We've done that a few times, Vix. It's just like after a while, everything just blends. Just life just gets away and you forget. Oof, have mercy. I am Allah, son of King Grom and the heir to the throne of Saronia. Thank you for coming to my aid. What on earth happened? There is not an easy way to say it, but my father has changed. He suddenly pitted our armies against one another. Whoops. I realize you were but travelers of this land, but would you lend me your aid? Yeah, sure. Let's go. Tomorrow night, chat, we'll be doing Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14. And I gotta give... I think I saw Astral in here before. I get to give you your giveaway tomorrow. Alright, now we go. There's a bunch of free shit to be gained in here. Dragon Mail, there we go. Wind Spear, there we go. Just look at each other and acknowledge you are both aren't going anywhere. The joys of marriage. Yeah, me and Amanda have said multiple times. It's like we've said to each other a few times. It's like even if we wanted to get a divorce, it's just too expensive to. So it's just cheaper to stay together, you know. And that's the tooth. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I am on a cherry farm, and one of my guys told me that there was this mysteriously small red mage who knew a lot about the world. He did not remember his name, so I went on a quest bullying every forum, making my way and tracking the guy. My quest led me to a cute two-tone character-colored girl with red hair, and her name made me realize she might be a disciple of the small red mage, though her Final Fantasy... Wait. Red to addiction gave me your position. Oh, you talking about Sarah? Like with the two-tone red hair, two-tone hair. Okay, there you go. Oh, so, okay, there you go. That's it. That's crazy. Work on a cherry farm? That's what I got out of that. So Sarah shouted me out. Well, there you go. Actually, can we go into this house? That's a fucking journey you went on. Well, what else do you need to know? Well, let me make your stay worth your time. What else do you need to know? I think we're to go in here. Yeah, is there anything else you need or lore that I can cover you in the goo with? Let me know. Yeah, Grundle, I said goo. It's kind of like forcing you to use the Dragoon class. But I refuse to step down my Black Mage. Alright, what are we doing? So I do need to buy items. It does bother me that we can't, it does bother me that we can't buy, oh, look at all this money. We can't buy smaller potions at the moment. We only got to get the what you call it? Flame mail. Any of that. Okay, buy. What are we buying? Yeah, more of these. Oh, buy 50. There you go. I don't want to search for it. The goo tube is taken. There you go. I didn't actually have. I actually fucked. I made a slide for this next section, but I kind of left it out. So there wasn't too much about it, but I kind of just straight up left it out. And I guess too, chat, because a lot of people want to ask me questions about lore stuff, but I guess is there anything lore-wise that you don't know that you want to know about? Like, oh, why is this the way it is? Like, why does this enemy exist? Or what's the lore behind this enemy? They kind of just showed up with no explanation. I could know some of it. There might be some I don't know. Now, to be honest, I found you on the algorithm, but I figured the other story was better. Oh, fair enough. That's fair. But the cherry farm thing kind of was pretty funny. Your audience with His Majesty is scheduled for tomorrow. This room is yours to use until then as you wish. Rest well tonight. It's just weird that we got to sleep beside the prince. This is really weird too, chat. Ready? This is weird. Am I disturbing you? No, Your Highness. I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep of worry. What could my father be thinking? Am I not his own flesh and blood? Does he not care for me? How could a father exile his son? He must care for you, Your Highness. There isn't a parent in this world who doesn't love their child. There must be something else to this. Perhaps. Tomorrow we'll meet with the king and ask for an explanation. That does little to assure my worry. Right, this is where it gets weird. The king attacked with a knife! What the fuck? Death to the prudes! Father, stop! What has come over you? Master Gargamas has entered the room. What are you doing, Slayer? Don't stop! Kill the prince! Shrunk! The king turned the knife onto himself. Father, I won't be manipulated any longer. How could you? How could you withstand my mind control? I would rather die than raise a hand against my beloved son. I will not submit to your manipulation. Then you will perish, you piece of shit, and your son will perish with you. Stop, you won't get past him. You're barely worth the trouble. I'll dispose of you in no time. Now, here we go. And here's our first case of Garuda. Not as cool as the Final Fantasy XIV Garuda, but still cool nevertheless. Ugh. Oh, what a hit. Fucking smoked him. I have a lore question, but it's all about all the games. I heard a theory that the games are called Final Fantasy due to a tragic story that someone had fallen into a coma. And when he woke up, he started writing down the story and the first Final Fantasy game. Okay, that is not true. That is not true. Okay, that is the first time I've ever heard that one. No, the reason why it's called Final Fantasy, the reason why it's called Final Fantasy is because Sakaguchi was working at Square and he was working on multiple projects for them, and he saw the success of Dragon Quest and what Dungeons and Dragons was doing overseas, as well as Ultima, and he believed that he could make a game on par with them, if not better. And he was of the age where he thought, you know what, if I can do this, you know, I'll keep, you know, if this doesn't succeed, this will be my Final Fantasy. But originally the game was going to be called Fighting Fantasy, but the name was already taken. So they went on with Final Fantasy, and that is essentially it. And the reason why the series is still called Final Fantasy is because Sakaguchi wanted to keep the spirit of Final Fantasy going and grow from there, but he didn't want there to be sequels. So, yeah, that is kind of where it's at. But he ended up becoming like at Final Fantasy. By the time Final Fantasy V was out, he got moved to like, God, he became like CEO or something like that. He got given a pretty high position where he kind of like took a bit more of a back seat on a lot of the Final Fantasy games. Where he became like, instead of like getting there and put his hands into it, it became like he became a director or executive producer. Becoming an executive producer on a video game means that you don't do anything. People essentially just come to you for advice, and that's it. Alas, my son, I have been under this mind control for so long. Father, it's not your fault. I do not deserve forgiveness, nor do I expect it. Just know that your return has saved me. My soul is now freed from this torturous hold. Alas, please, you must take your rightful place on the throne and bring peace to Saronia once again. Father! I love you, my son. Oh, he pixel faded away, guys. That means permanent death. You have my thanks, Squish. Like a fool, I doubted my father's love. You are no fool. You clearly loved him. I will assume the throne and the rightful king of Saronia, as my father wished. Without your help, Gilgamesh's crimes will never have come to light. We did it, chat. We saved the kingdom, and we can actually leave now. They'll, like, fix our shit. I think there is a hidden area in one of these places. Paz, do you think the team behind Final Fantasy VII Remake series should make Final Fantasy 17? As long as they don't make it bloody what do you call it? Turn-based. Oh, as long as they don't make it action, I'm fine with it. Noah's loot. Oh, here we go. This is important, chat. Noah's loot can be resound within dreams, but it now lies dormant. Some would deem it the Temple of Time, or so it seems. So Noah is a very important name in this game, and we'll talk about them very soon. Beneath the seas, under the waves that mourn, lies a temple, abandoned and torn in the South Saronia between the horns. So they're essentially saying that Noah's loot can be found underwater. So that must be something of importance, so we should go look for it. Which we will. Will Final Fantasy 18 be rated for adults only? I can't wait till Final Fantasy 30. That's going to be triple X. Oh, these guys go and fix our ship. I just got Zenzakuska's free battles in a row. What the fuck? Because you're cheating. Grundle's never played a video game, honestly, in his life. Just want to put that out there. So I believe the Nautilus can actually go underwater now. So we have the ability to go underwater. Here we go, here we go. Alright, this is a story. The only ones powerful enough to cause the calamity we're facing are now those 3 mages in Dalg. The Nautilus's engine should be powerful enough to get you through the gates and cross the Shape Peninsula. You must head to Dalg continents now, warrior. Also, there's a button here. We want to hit that. And then we want to go over here. Alright, see that guy over there? That dude's a serious deal. That there is Odin. This is our first case of running into Odin, but we can't get to him right now because we've got to access it by going under the water. Poor customer service. How can you make money if Odin keeps showing up and slicing them in half? Yeah, that's true. When he died, the great mage Noah bequeathed his powers to the 3 of his disciples, Xande, Doga, and Yune. Look at that. There we go. A great sage. Now, this is another game where they talk about a great sage or a great being or a powerful being. And in this case, you know, it's Doga. They talk about Doga, Yune, and Xande. But just like in Final Fantasy VIII, Hein, who's also... There's a Hein in this game. Is mentioned... Oh, that's right. I forgot that we got to fight these guys. It's also mentioned there's a Hein in this game, but a Hein in Final Fantasy VIII. Hein bequeaths his powers to... Oh, that's right. Wait, can we not go underground? Oh, no. We've got someone else to give it to us. What else was I going to look for? So there's not a lot of towns in this place. There is like on the map. Actually, no, there is a. I think it's up here. I think here there is a. Or maybe it's up here. Oh, and I'm thinking Final Fantasy V. I am a giddy goat. Is this where the crystal? Yeah, this game's where the Crystal Tower stuff came from. Yeah, let's go in here anyway. I think this is the... What village is this? Is this another Bard village? Oh, the Summoner village. Yeah, these are summoners, I'm pretty sure. Or evokers, you could say. Definitely more of them. Yeah. What else is there? I don't know if I can... Is there anything to cover in it? Would you own a chocobo in real life? I would. I think everybody would. Anybody that wouldn't want to own a chocobo is, I would say, is fucked in the head. Who wouldn't want to own a chocobo? I reckon owning a chocobo would be sick. Yeah. Anyway, chat, we're pushing 12 o'clock. That's me. That's my time to log off. We'll have a much longer stream tomorrow night, but I do have to get up early tomorrow, so I can't be on for too late. But yeah, thanks for hanging out on Sundays. I really appreciate it. I'm thinking, moving forward... I'm thinking about streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and taking Saturday, Sundays off from now on. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I've been thinking. I'm thinking about just mainly doing weekdays. Because, yeah, I know. I just usually after the weekend, I think that maybe just going to switch off. But I do like... I live in Canada, dude. I will never see you again. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, you followed. You could always come back this time every night. We'll be here this time tomorrow night. But it's Sunday night for me at the moment, so. But yeah, but anyway, the streams have been good lately. I really appreciate like new people coming in, new followers. I'm glad you are all liking the videos. So yeah. But anyway, chat. I'm gonna call it a day. Who can we raid? Who can we raid? Is anyone we can raid right now? Who's streaming right now? Is Sarah still streaming? Oh, Sarah just finished up, did she? Let's raid Quisty again, I reckon. Let's raid Quisty again. Alright. Raid. Alright, what's this? Pez, what's more important, sleep or content? Probably sleep at the moment. I'm very tired. But I would say, but I've got a lot of content I'm going to film this week, so I've got a lot of videos coming out. So yeah, thank you for all your questions and whatnot this week. Raid, what was it? Quiz T underscore. There we go. Oh, that's not right. Oh, we did it right? Okay, cool, I did it right. All right, everybody. I'll see you all later. Thanks for hanging out. I love you all. Appreciate you all. Hope you all have an amazing week. Hope you had an amazing weekend. And I'll see you on the other side. Bye.